Why would you want to deal with some shady 17-year-old that might narc your 40-year-old ass out and mess your life up? Why wouldn't you just fly to Colorado, make a trip out of it, package yourself up 2 or 3 pounds of the and then mail it back to your
last days in prison. This is way more illegal than buying a
Who's
dime
checking
bag
the mail?
Yeah.
And I recently came to the realization that he thinks that I'm some sort of a crackpot inventor, and that's what I do for a living. Because he thinks I'm like Doc from Back to the Future. He thinks I'm an inventor. He thinks that I'm coming up with all this crazy gadgets, and that's how I bought this house and these cars and all this stuff. And that's the coolest grocery store I've ever been in my life. It is so badass. They have everything you can imagine from everywhere on the planet. Their produce section is as big as a gas station. No, it's bigger. It's 2 gas stations.
Most produce stations are as big as a gas station.
Yeah, I know.
I was so underwhelmed by that. It's the size of a room.
Yeah,
they have tomatoes and lettuce.
Like they've got tomatoes as big as the sky.
Like
when tomatoes the size of baseballs.
It's more than that. It's bigger. It's huge. It's huge. All right.
How many gas stations is it?
It's at least. I'm talking about the pumps too, though. Like it's huge.
How many gas stations is it?
1,000.
Whoa!
1,000. Whoa! Spork is the perfect utensil. First of all, the Spork dominates the spoon. It dominates the spoon. If it's in here, as long as I can remember how to put it in there, I don't right now. But I've got instructions over there somewhere. Where are they? Where are my instructions? Yeah, here they are.
You need instructions for a Spork?
I'll memorize it eventually. I don't do this. You know, there's a special way to that way. Okay, yeah, it's like this. It's like this. Yeah, you know, it's easy to forget. There's like 3 different ways for things to go. You know, you get it.
It looks like there's one way for it to go.
Well, you're dumb. That just shows how dumb you are. Clearly,
yeah,
I mean,
clearly,
you don't know how to use.
I won't be able to.
Clearly, you don't know how to use a collapsible Spork. You haven't been trained yet. But I'm, you know.
But why?
Shit.
You fucking idiot.
Why? It goes in. Look, it went in there. It went in. Yeah.
No. Lift it back up. Lift it back up. That shit goes back up.
And he's like, "Yo, welcome to my suite, brother." And you go a little bit farther into the suite, and there's a cage, and he pulls a cloth off the cage, and there's a monkey in the cage. And he goes, "Yo, brother, this is my monkey." And he blows the weed out on the monkey, and the monkey goes, and it's a fucking jumping around in the cage and shit. I was like, he's got a monkey in a penthouse here right now? He's like, yeah, he's got a monkey.
It's not crazy to smoke tar. You have to understand, I was running low.
I was out. and so like I would like take my like water pipe that had the accumulated goo in it, and I would pour water in it, and then I would shake it really hard upside down onto like a plate. And then like just like an old gold miner, I would like rotate the plate so that the water spilled over. And if I did it just right, the goo would stick to the edge of the plate.
What is that process called?
Panning. So I'm in the bathroom panning for goo.
That's not a very good turnout. This is barely get high.
So you've got shake it all out into this plate and then pan for goo. And after a while, you've got like a plate that's mostly dry, but has like black goo all over the rim of it. And I'd be like, "Baby, it's time to smoke some goo." And she's like, "Not the goo." And I'm like, "That's all we got, baby. We got to smoke the goo." But this guy's towel got stolen one morning, and he starts screaming, "God damn it, y'all. Who gonna steal my towel? My motherfucking towel was hung up right motherfucking here. I hope you know I've been drying my balls with that towel. I've been wiping my asshole with that towel. And now you gonna wipe your face with it? What the fuck is wrong with you?" And he goes on like this forever, and everybody's screaming at him, "Ain't nobody gonna bring your towel back. Just let it go. Let it go. They ain't bringing it back. Not now that you done made a big deal." He's like, "I ain't making a big deal. Maybe you accidentally grabbed my towel." I hold no ill will toward you, towel man. Please bring me my towel. And I'm like, God damn, I don't even, if you want one of mine? I have 315 Neanderthal
that
variants.
silhouette picture.
This is more than 95% of 23andMe customers. I have more Neanderthal variants than 95% of the people who have ever been tested.
And you're still only in second place on this podcast.
Words hurt, Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me. And she's like, hang on, I'm going to get him. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. And the doctor comes on. He's like, so I was wrong. The test results came back. It's cancer. You have cancer. And I'm like, well, that sucks. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to. He's like Lumberg on Office Space. Yeah, we're gonna need to go back into your eye on Saturday and remove a little more skin on Sunday and get clean margins for Monday so that you don't die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that'd be great. Like, there was this guy that used to work with us named J.D. Hancock. He was very unseemly looking individual, okay? all of this man's teeth were rotted out of his head, like worse than you know who. Like, they were missing. This guy would get a hot dog for lunch. We often went to a hot dog stand for lunch, during our lunch break when working with my dad. And we would all get hot dogs. He'd get his in a bowl so he could cut it up with a spoon because he couldn't chew it. Very disgusting, alcoholic, kind of almost hobo type man. He knows he's not supposed to shit in my dad's house. My dad's told him he's not allowed to shit in my dad's house. One day, he's cutting the grass, and Dad's not there. Mom's there. And he knocks on the door. Says, hey, could I use the bathroom? And she says, of course, use Lamar's. And he shit in Lamar's toilet. And he shit on his toilet seat.
Oh, wait, how did he do that? Was he hovering?
That is not the first time I know of him shitting on a toilet seat. There was an old country store not too far away that we used to go for lunch. That's where the hot dogs were. And the lady who owned it, her name was Rebecca, I believe. And she was an older lady in her 50s, very nice lady. She cooked the hot dogs. They were delicious. She had a bathroom in the back. And we were all allowed to use this restroom, but it was sort of you used that restroom the same way you would use a friend's restroom. Mm-hmm. If you peed on the toilet seat or on the rim or something like that, you got some toilet paper and you cleaned it up beyond reproach.
Mm-hmm. Unwritten rule. JD
shit on her toilet seat too, and somehow sat on it and smeared it about a bit. Then he came back out. Keep in mind, in this old country store, there's a big table, lots of chairs sitting around it. We'd all sit around it, eating our hot dogs and talking, and, it's a store, so anything you'd want is right there. It's kind of a cool environment. We're all sitting there hanging out talking. Now, JD wasn't allowed to sit with our group, of course. He had to sit by the...
He sat with people that shit on themselves.
He sat to the side by the video poker machines, where a spot usually reserved for children. But you didn't want to eat. We didn't want to watch him eat, man. I'm telling you, it was like watching a pig munch on slop. It was very disgusting.
Oh man!
So he gets up. He's I'm gonna walk on back here and use the bathroom. So he goes back there, uses the bathroom, comes back. Nobody thinks anything about it. Until Rebecca goes back there. I suppose she was also going to use the facilities. And she came out and she let him have it in front of about 14 of us. JD! Yeah.
Like a puppy.
What? Like he didn't know. He just shit on somebody's toilet. He's like, you shit on the toilet, JD. That's what. Now you go back there with that bleach and this scrub brush and these paper towels and you clean that toilet until it's spotless.
Which is appropriate.
You never come in here again.
Because I don't want the hot dog maker to also be the toilet cleaner.
Fair enough.
There just shouldn't be people shitting on the seats of toilets.
She made this grown-ass man go back there and clean his shit, and we were all just like, nobody laughed. It was not a funny time.
Now back to your father though. He fucked with Lamar's toilet. So
I forgot about that.
what happened to this gentleman?
He used his toilet.
So Dad didn't hit him, but he cussed him. He did what Dad calls it scolding. He said, it happens every now and then. It used to be a beating when he was a younger guy, but these days it's mostly scoldings, it seems. And you might think of scolding. Well, my mom scolds me all the time when I don't do my homework. Nah. When he yells at you, his lip kind of curls up. And his face gets red. And he starts pointing. And he starts moving around. And you're like, I didn't know he could move that fast. And he's getting a little aggressive. Like maybe he will do something. And he really tears you down to the bone. He really rips you apart. And he threatens you. He lets you know that, like, unless you apologize at this point, it might get physical.
Dude, this is very much like what happened with my general contractor today. At one point, remember I said I walked up to him, he offered me a chicken leg from KFC, and I offered to punch him in the face. That was my counter offer.
Fair trade.
So he basically just cussed him out and explained to him that he was never allowed to even cut the grass. He's like, that job's over now. You can never cut the grass again. You're going to have to work over here on the farm and do the other stuff. And so, he never did hit that guy. That guy was a serious alcoholic, though, and it like really. And one day we were changing light bulbs, and he was on, up the ladder, hundreds of light bulbs, and JD hits the floor. Goes into a seizure. I've never seen that before. I'm like 12. My dad is more afraid of this than I am. He's like, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And we stand there and like looking down at him. He's just fucking stroking out. He's seizing up. He shook for maybe 90 seconds. Came to. He had a little blood in his lip from biting his mouth a little bit, and like. That was it. After that, Dad fired him. Dad was like, I can't have you over here with spinning blades and shit and farm equipment, and at any moment you can drop out. So he hired a new guy. He hired Chuck. Not much of a step up, really. Chuck was my mother's age, 42 or so at the time of our meeting, and yet he looked like he was in his late hobo 50s.
Wow.
There's a difference than,
Yeah.
He was in his hobo 50s. Long, black, shaggy hair, greasy, filthy, pockmarked face. Very, I don't know, just looked like it was gross, like dried up and nasty from years of smoking hand-rolled cigarettes. His fingers were yellow, like just stained yellow from those cigarettes he'd always smoked. He drank Red Dog beer and the cheapest vodka he could buy. His greatest skill was he could calculate the cost of alcohol to a T. If he had $1.02, he knew exactly what it took to get to that bottle of liquor. If he had 13 cents, he knew exactly what it took to get to that tiny bottle of liquor. He always knew. He'd come around. You got 37 cents?
Wow.
I'm like, why don't you just take $5 man? What the hell? 37 cents? Like that's not even worth my time handing you to you. Like, yeah. Like, it was just absurd, and he always knew. And so I mentioned that my dad never hit JD, never got physical with him ever, even though JD was very bad at his job. Drinking on the job, passing out drunk, that sort of thing. So Chuck also had a bit of a drinking problem, you might say. And he lived at the end of my dad's farm's driveway in a trailer with another man named Jeff who was crippled from polio. And he was way too young to be crippled from polio, you know what I mean? It was like, how white trash are you? And and they had Jeff's girlfriend, I guess he could still fuck, who was very pregnant. And I remember one day they had seen her trying to like induce labor by sticking a vase up there in the front yard. Classy bunch, okay? Just so you know. So what Chuck's job, pretty lower tier kind of job, if you can imagine. It's picking up the dead chickens from my dad's poultry houses every day, because there's 120,000 total. Every day, a percentage just die, and you can't leave them in there; they'll rot, and that causes disease, etc. You're not supposed to. Someone walks the entire perimeter of this thing. It's a 5-mile walk a day, and you pick them up, you take them out. That's Chuck's job. Chuck wasn't doing a good job of this, and so as you can imagine, just like my disgusting garbage, there are rotten
chickens in this poultry house, and that's a no-no. It's not good for business. You're not allowed to do that, despite what you see with all the like animal cruelty stuff and those horrible horror scenes you often see from PETA. Like, for the most part, like, those farmers are kept really under control, and like, you can't do that. There's rotten chickens in there, though. My dad sees this, and he's like, Kyle, go get Chuck. Tell him he's going to have to finish his work. And I'm like, okay. No, excuse me. He said, you can either go get Chuck, or I can go get him, and you can tell him what he's got to go do. And I'm like, think about it for a minute. I'm like, well, that second one is definitely the more awkward situation type thing. I'm like, well, I'll go get him. So I drive down there. I say, he's drunk as fuck. And I'm like, hey, Chuck, Dad wants you to come back over to the farm. He's got something he wants to talk to you about. Okay, so I get Chuck, take him back up there. I'm off to the side sitting on a bucket.
How do you get him? You have like
in a truck. I drive a truck down there. It's literally a quarter mile away. Just zip right back.
Okay.
So we're standing there. My dad's standing there. I'm sitting on a bucket, and he tells Chuck, he's like, Chuck, there's rotten chickens there. You're doing a shitty job. You can't do that. You know you can't do that. If you can't do the job right, then you shouldn't be doing it at all. He says, you need to get in there, and you need to finish your job, or you're not getting paid this week or any more ever. And Chuck said, well, if you don't like the way I did it.
Oh, no. He stopped right there. Stop. So you froze it. If you don't like the way I did it, carry on.
If you don't like the way I do it, then you could just do it your damn self. Oh,
wow.
Ooh.
Nothing happened between him saying that and Chucky's on the ground. I'm not sure how it got on the ground. I don't know if it was a push, a punch. He was just on the ground, and Dad was kicking. These weren't like the bar scene in Goodfellas kicks where you're like stomping the guy's face in and really trying to ruin him for life. Like, he was kicking him in the ass with a big size 13 boot on the other end.
Steel
Of like
toed, probably.
50
pounds
That's almost
of
more
him.
insulting at that point.
Right in the ass crack. Every time Chuck would make it to his knees, bam, and you could hear it. It was audible, and I'm just watching him kick him, and every time he kicks, he adds a little retort. Pow! I don't think you'll like the way I'm going to do it, Chuck. I'm sorry, Lamar. I'm sorry. Go, pow! You going to be sorry by the time I'm done, Chuck. You gonna get in there and clean that shit up? Yeah, Lamar, I'm gonna get in. He's crawling toward the place where the dead chickens are. He's going after him now. Get in there. He kicks him 5-6 times. He kicks his ass until he's like in the building, and like he gets up and goes back to work.
Wow.
It's as close to someone beating a horse into like giddying up as you'll ever get with a human being in this day and age.
Get your ass beat to a monologue.
Chuck was a real character. I have one more Chuck story if you'd like it.
Please.
Oh, you know I do.
Yes.
Please.
All right. So, as I mentioned, Chuck lived near the end of the driveway of the farm in this trailer with his polio-stricken friend Jeff and Jeff's baby mama. The county took the baby, so I guess it's still a baby mama though. Even though, yeah. So he lives down there. Well, eventually, believe it or not, someone like Chuck can even rub themselves raw on someone like Jeff. And Jeff decided he didn't want Chuck around anymore. He kicked him out. So, Chuck's getting paid at the end of the day. We're done with work. And Chuck's telling Dad this. And Dad's like, well, you know how it is. And just leaves it at. He's like, it's basically like, every man for himself out here, brother. You're not coming to my place. That sort of thing. And so Dad tells me, he says, take Chuck to the bank, pay him, then take him to, and then if he wants to go to the liquor store, take him there too, and that's what he told him. And I'd done that before. I'd go to the bank, do the business card, get him his cash, pay him, take him home, whatever. So I take Chuck, we get his cash, it's like $80, it was a couple days' work. Take him to the liquor store, and he comes out and he's got I'm sorry, don't let me fuck this up. So. I drive Chuck down to the end of the driveway, and Chuck says, hang on a minute, I need to get a few things before we go. Could you drop me off at whoever's house that's just down the road? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that after the liquor store. Sure, I'll do that for you. Because he's been kicked out, right? So he throws all of his shit in the back of my truck. Trash bags of clothes, trash bags of shoes, and 4 television sets. He had 4 of them. Don't ask me. I didn't ask him. 4 television sets loaded up in the back of my truck. Bank, liquor store. He comes out, brown paper bag, and a ginger ale. And I'm just about to tell him, hey, man, no drinking in the car, right? No drinking in the car. I'll get you to where you're going. But I see that he's just cracking open the ginger ale. So I back up, I'm driving. And he tells me where we're going. It's like 10 minutes away. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this shit. Like, this is bullshit. All right, fuck, I'll drive you there. So I'm driving there, and I look over. He's got a pint in one hand and the ginger ale in the other. And he's going, glow.
Oh, wow.
He's two-fisting that shit, chasing it down. And there was no point in stopping him at this point. I would rather him have an empty bottle of liquor than a half-full bottle of liquor. So I just shook my fucking head, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're cracking that shit open here? I'm like 17? Like, this is not going to do it. I'm the one that'll get the fucking open container charge. I get him down to where he's going. It's these, like, pretty crummy apartments, pretty seedy, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't stay there. I wouldn't want to. And he says, right there's where we're going, man, but I ain't allowed down there. So, how about you drop me off right here, and you go down there. It's apartment 4B, and ask her if Chuck comes stay. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I've come this far, Chuck. Chuck hops out of the fucking car. I drive down there. Knock on the door. It wasn't really a door. It was kind of this metal gatey thing. Kind of a cage, more of a bar door. Blang, blang, blang. This disgusting woman comes out, like 240 pounds. She's wearing like a house dress, I suppose you'd call it. Like
a nightgown?
Yeah, basically like with the buttons, and I can see a little titty like between this button and this button. Like they're like her tits are so big that they're like between this button and this button. There's some titty showing.
Oh, wow.
And it's not good titty. And
it's not good.
All titty, good
like,
titty.
Like what?
Same voice. Too.
Good afternoon, madam. There's a Chuck Gabriel who sent me calling, and he would like to know if he could come stay here with you forthwith. You tell that son of a bitch he ain't never allowed back down here no more. I'll shoot his ass. You tell him, man. You tell him he comes here, me or Donnie, one, will shoot his ass. Very well. Chuck hops in the fucking truck. He goes, how'd it go, man? I was like, I don't think it's going to work out, Chuck. Like, well, I guess I could go stay at Mama's old place. And I was like, where's that? And it's actually about where we started this whole journey. So I'm driving there. I assume that he means he's going to go live with his mother. No, his mother's in a nursing home. There is an abandoned house with no electricity, no running water, no utilities of any kind. And to this day, that is where Chuck is. I can take you there.
Gosh.
I could take you there right fucking now. He's in there laying in a sleeping bag, asleep, stoned out of his fucking gourd. I got 2 or 3 more of these. One night he knocked
playing
over
the show through a speaker. Like I swear I hear an echo.
Yeah, someone is a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's coming through on Wolf's End a little bit when I speak up too loud.
Really? Okay,
maybe. It's not too bad. So one night, like I said, no electricity. He knocked over some sort of oil lantern they had as light and set the whole fucking place on fire. But it didn't burn the place down. It just sort of scorched the room, like everything, all the the curtains, the whatever, the blankets on the floor, all that shit burn up. But there wasn't enough to catch the wood on fire and really burn the place down. So the whole room was just scorched. So for months afterward, Chuck was also scorched from the soot. He was sleeping in the sooty floor. He looked black. He was filthier than he ever was, and that's saying something.
My father's room was like that growing up.
Oh,
it was, yeah. Dude, your stories are so much better than like my dad's story. Like my father had an alcoholic working for him, but he felt bad for him, so he sent him to rehab and paid for it until he was rehabilitated.
Boo! Good person. Boo! He should have beat his ass. He should have beat the alcoholism
You
out of
didn't
him.
kick him in the
Woody,
ass
that's just
until he
too
did more
first world.
1040s.
Besides the Cannon housing projects, Chuck is also banned from going in the local grocery store. His side of the story was that they were giving him old food back in the deli, and when they got caught giving it to him, they lied and said he was stealing it. My side is he was probably just stealing that fucking food. But in any case, Chuck is not allowed back at the grocery store nearest his home. So I see him riding his bike around town all the time. He wears this Civil War cap.
How did he lose his awesome job, though? Because you
What
didn't
an awesome job.
working for your dad.
Oh, let's see. How did it all end? What was the last straw? Oh, Chuck took my dad's Kawasaki Mule, which is, I don't know, $8,000 ATV type thing, and ran into his buddy Jeff's trailer drunk, wrecked it.
Oh, he
It's
wrecked the
like a
mule.
golf cart. It's like a golf cart. He ran into
like
a trailer.
a sturdy golf cart.
The green
sturdy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. He crashed that fucking thing into a trailer, and it's like all plastic on the front, like a big bumper, and there's a hood that pops up with storage inside, and all that got cracked and fucked up, and that was the last straw. Yeah.
Wow. That's messed up.
Yeah.
That
Man.
sucks.
The guy with polio in this century was more productive than that guy.
One more. Chuck was hospitalized for a gunshot wound.
Self-inflicted.
Chuck's side of the story is
I'm going to
Chuck's
guess the
side of the
caliber was 22.
close.
38.
380?
I think it was a 22. It was either 22 or a 25. And here's his side of the story. He was sitting on the porch at that abandoned house, which is a good deal off the road, I'd say, 50 yards maybe. And he says someone was driving down the road, he heard a gunshot, and he was hit.
Here's the luck.
Here's the problem with all that, though. The bullet is in the roof of his mouth.
Wow. That's a
Really?
hell of a drive-by shooting.
I don't know if
my
he was.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. If
Now,
he
did it go through his chin, or was it just the roof?
Yeah, he shot through the palate of his mouth. I think he missed the tongue, and it was stuck in the roof of his mouth.
Suicide or
Natural stuff.
carelessness?
Oh, it's hard to say. It's Chuck. One more. This is the last one, I promise.
You got
He
dude,
was-
I got time.
You could just be trying to clean your teeth with it.
He was driving his bicycle. Keep in mind, it's like an old Schwinn bicycle or something. Like, it's not a cool one. It's got fenders on it, right? He's driving his bicycle down the road, and he claims that someone came out of nowhere and ran him off the road. He was probably just high and stoned and drunk and crashed, but broke his fucking leg in the ditch on a bicycle wreck. And this is not the kind of guy who can afford to be immobile.
No.
The hospital knew him as a prescription pill abuser, and they wouldn't give him anything for a broken leg.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
No,
What
good
would they
on
have done
them.
in
Good on
Canada?
them.
I will say this though: anytime my dad gets some nasty liquor or wine or that big someone gives him some booze that he doesn't want, puts it in Chuck's mailbox, it just gets gone. Chuck must think it's the liquor fairy.
Liquor fairy. Don't kill yourself. Here's some more booze.
Oh.
One more, and I swear to God, this is the last one. This is from my dad's point of view. I wasn't there for this one. Dad goes to this abandoned house one time to pick him up for work. He hadn't seen him in a while. He's standing on the porch, kind of knocking on the door, and he hears a voice from inside. And it's not Chuck's voice. He says, "I see you out there, you big old son of a bitch. I got something right here for you. I'm gonna kill you this time." And Dad's like, "I'm creeping away at this point." he's like, and you hear this guy in there, just come on in here. I got something for you right here, big boy. He didn't know it was Dad. Apparently somebody had been coming down there and just beating him up. like they were some neighborhood punks, because they are right next to a bad area, who just been coming down there and beating them up. And
Wow.
Chuck's buddy's in there with probably the same pistol that Chuck accidentally shot himself with, ready to blow somebody away. Dad was like, "So I don't think I'll go down there no more." And I'm just like, "You sent me last week." He's like, "You take care of yourself."
Wow.
Chuck.
That's amazing. My goodness.
Damn.
He might be better than Rickety Cricket.
He's a lot like Rickety Cricket, I swear, a lot like that. I would get him to come. I could totally get him on here. I don't want the man in my house.
You don't
I don't
want
want
him
him.
No, you don't want to start that.
Yeah, like if you guys could go like some kind of like a remote, like you get him on location with Chuck. Like
We'll go to a library. They got Wi-Fi there.
He's
Take
your
you to a
life, by the
library.
way.
Wow.
What's that?
Gracious.
Yeah, Chuck. I think that's all the Chuck stories I got, though. Chuck was a cool guy. He's still alive. I don't know why I'm using the past name. He looks dead, but I think he's still around.
Let's talk about the time that you and Kyle wrestled outside the Denny's.
Oh, there's been many times.
There's been a
many
few
times.
wrestling matches.
Outside
Yes.
of many Denny's.
That's
I'm
probably true.
0-5 at the Denny's in Illinois.
No one remembers when Kyle and I wrestled outside of a Marriott.
0-1 outside the Marriott in Illinois.
Undefeated outside of Illinois Marriott.
Good times.
That's my entire fighting record.
Yeah, we always had a great time on those trips.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I want to tell the story about that
I'm
involved
gonna look
marijuana
bad.
and an Applebee's, but I'm trying to
wasn't
like
there,
tell it
man.
without
Let's
upsetting anyone.
forego that one.
Let me
Oh,
tell that
wait.
story in a way
I
that
think I
doesn't.
was
Weed
there.
out of an apple at an
I was a
Applebee's.
driver, maybe. Was this a paintball event?
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story in a way that doesn't incriminate anyone,
Okay.
except for myself and White Boy, who wouldn't care. Yeah, so like I found this. We were at paintball, and Woody and I were walking around, and I think I told Woody, I was like, I'd like to find some weed, and I was like, I don't know how to get it though. You know, I've never been here before, and we see this paintball referee, long hair, like down to his shoulders,
I
big
love this.
mustache.
That guy was awesome.
And I walk up to him like, "Hey, man, I don't want to offend you, but you look like the kind of guy who'd know where some weed is." And he goes, "Hell yeah, brother!" All right then. So like, it wasn't long before like a 1/4 ounce of White Rhino was produced at the hotel, and so me and White Boy are in the back of the van, and Gassy Mexican is driving that thing, and me and White Boy are in the back. And I'm breaking the weed up on a copy of Modern Warfare 2, and as I break it up in little piles, White Boy's rolling up these J's like a fucking expert, just like
Very
origami back there rolling
Dude,
these.
so I
bitches up.
wasn't in this car. I was driving. That was a van, I think. I was driving a smaller car, and like the legend of White Boys rolling made it to me. They're like, "Oh my god, all the windows were down. It's blowing everywhere. He's rolling. He doesn't lose a seed, like whatever you wouldn't want to lose.
Oh,
you
don't
know,
want to smoke seeds.
Like you wouldn't want.
He
to
lost
see-
the seeds, but nothing else.
look, I'm not okay. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah. He only let the seeds blow, but apparently he was like a savant at rolling these things.
He might have done it a time or two before, and so every time he rolls one up, he passes it to me, and then I light it, I spark it up, and I take a hit to get it going, and then I pass it forward. And because it's just he and I in the very back seat. There's like 4 rows of this van. I don't even know. It's one of those big ass vans.
Yeah.
Nobody can see how much I'm smoking, so I feel like I can take a couple extra hits before I pass it forward. You know, we've got plenty.
For all they know,
anyway.
he rolled 1-inch buds or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not passing for it. It's
Joints.
just a roach. Really.
Those
Man,
1-inch
White Boy rolls them
buds.
small, but okay, I'll take it's free. So I'm every time he rolls one, I'm going, and then I pass it forward. And so he's rolled like 3 or something like that. And the van's full of people, and the driver's not smoking, just to be clear. And but we're passing them forward, and I am getting rapidly way more high than I've ever been. And I hadn't eaten since like lunchtime, and it's dark.
Mhm.
And I essentially blacked out. That's only ever happened to me one other time, but I essentially blacked out and forgot where I was. And
Oh, I remember this.
at the same time, this is fun. It's such a stupid coincidence, but at the same time, Gassy Mexican, the driver, went the wrong way. He got lost, so he had to pull into a residence so that he could like do a J turn and like so he's literally pulling up into the driveway of a home outside of Chicago so that he can leave their driveway and head back toward where the Applebee's restaurant is. Well, I come to right about there while we're pulling up to a house in the dark, and I'm like, where are we? where are we going right now? Whose house is, where are we going?
in my head, I've been kidnapped. And they are taking me to an abandoned house that I've never been before. And I don't know who all these people in this van are. But White Boy was like, no, it's cool. We're going to Applebee's and we got a little lost. It's me and you. And look, there's Taylor up there. And Gassie's driving and everybody else is in the car behind us. We're going to Applebee's to get some appetizers. And I'm like, all right.
Anytime.
White Boy was a good too high tour guide.
He was great. So we get out of the car at Applebee's and we start walking toward the door. And I'm walking right next to Taylor.
So explicit.
And I'm taking these high steps. I'm walking like this.
Oh, this was so fucking funny. His like knees were coming near the chest. He was walking like he was going through a swamp. And we're just on the sidewalk going into Applebee's as he's taking these enormously high steps. Just
enormously high steps.
Maybe 8 feet coming into Applebee's. And I remember like walking next to Kyle. Like we were friends at the time, but not as tight as we are now. And we were just walking next to each other. And Kyle's walking like an absolute lunatic. And I just looked over at him. He looks over at me and goes, "This is the highest I've ever been." And just we continued our way in, and we got in there. And Kitty, we were all at this giant ass table on Applebee's.
Kitty.
And we're all sitting there, and Kitty, being astute, quickly realizes ordering it one by one is not an option for this table right now. It'll take forever. Like Kyle can't decide. Lots of people can't decide on what they want. And so Kitty just goes, just 2 of every appetizer. And the waiter's like, what? It's like for you or for, no, for the table, just 2 of every appetizer for the table. And that's what we did. And I think after that, she ordered one more round of every appetizer.
And we worked on it pretty good.
That was suctioned up like through a shop vac immediately. All of those poppers, those jalapeno poppers, all those fucking
mozzarella
skins,
sticks
all
and onion rings,
chicken wings, the bloomin' onion or whatever their version of it is.
The waitress says, "What would you like to drink?" And I said, 2 Mountain Dews. And she says, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I want 2 glasses of Mountain Dew." She's like, "I'll bring you a large." And I'm like, "Well, you're gonna see." Because I'm so thirsty. And she comes back and she gives me this Mountain Dew and she hands me my Mountain Dew and she starts distributing everyone else's drinks. And right about the time she finishes handing everybody else their Dr. Peppers and shit, I go, refill? I have just sucked the whole fucking 20-ounce Mountain Dew down instantly because I had such dry mouth from smoking all that goddamn weed. I was just I wanted 2, and so after that, she brought me fucking 2, and I was double fisting those bitches. And I don't know.
I remember being in that
You're
van as we were driving on the way there, being like, this is how successful YouTubers behave.
Impressionable young Taylor.
YouTubers. Yeah. I gotta
Pretty
get
much.
by and go to Applebee's.
Yeah, I won't tell the other part of the story, but someday maybe we will, because some other shit happened that was fucking hilarious.
Very funny.
I
Yeah.
don't even know if I know this. I was in the other car.
Who shit themselves?
It happened at the
Oh,
restaurant,
yeah.
Woody. There was a thing that happened at the restaurant.
Was I involved?
I'll write it in the chat. But
Okay.
yeah, there was a whole thing.
But that was a very fun night. God damn. It's a shame we're not doing those trips anymore. That was
Oh.
so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and that other individual started crying.
I don't remember actual
I saw tears.
I remember it a little
We're not saying his
differently.
name. We can say it.
I genuinely remember,
Taylor,
but
you
I'll
cried,
tell you,
didn't
he
you,
was
Taylor?
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like
I
the
don't
way
get
that
it.
went down.
Yeah. Oh, you have to go. Do you not have our chat open?
No, I do. I see it. I just don't get it.
Somebody else tweeted from somebody's account.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yes,
it
there
wasn't
was
a
a-
tweet that he would like out there.
There was a flippity floop, and that's the way it went.
I
So
I was
anyway,
sitting at the
fun
end
night
with
that
it was me and White Boy and Kelly, White Boy's longtime girlfriend now, and we were gone, and we were like getting it, like the information of what had happened at the other end of the table with the drama,
Yeah.
piece by piece, and I was like, I think that they did this thing, and now that other person over there, he's crying. Look at him. And Kelly was like, he's crying like a bitch. And we're just laughing our asses off down there. We just had a real good time. That was a wonderful night. I had a really good time. That was awesome. That was a great time.
We smoked all of that fucking weed up before we got there. We smoked a quarter of an ounce of weed on the drive to Applebee's. That was an interesting fucking night.
I remember how much I enjoyed all of the Anytizers.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, it was just really fucking good.
I remember how good those boneless buffalo honey wings were, how good those potato skins were, how upset I was when it might have been White Boy, but we were both reaching for the last like jalapeno popper or something. And of that serving, I had noticed he had already had 3 or 4. It only comes with about 6. I had no jalapeno poppers from that one. And so I reached towards it and we did that kind of coy, like, oh, you take it. No, you take it. And I was like, no, seriously, White Boy, you take it. And he's like, well, okay then. And he took it. And I did the no, you one too many times. So missed out on that popper.
Yeah. I feel
Never
more comfortable.
miss out on the poppers, man.
I feel comfortable telling the weed stories now that like I can't get in any more trouble than I already have. The other hilarious weed story. I went to Vegas one time, and I hadn't smoked in like 2 or 3 months, so I had like no tolerance. And xJawz was in Vegas at the same time, coincidentally. Like I was there for SHOT Show, which is a big gun convention. xJawz was just out there. Like he was just staying out there with like Lil Wayne's cousin, whatever that rapper's name is. I can't remember what it is. And
Soulja Boy, perhaps.
Nah.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
Like Little Twist or something like that.
Okay.
And xJawz comes up to my suite, and he's got a backpack, and he opens up the backpack, and he's got an entire quart mason jar full of weed. And I'm like, how did you get that out here? He's like, I just went on Instagram and looked for hashtag 420, and then I just hit them all up. Anybody that had it, I was like, hey, yo, I want it. I want some. And he had like 3 ounces of weed, like a lot of weed. And he's like, you want to smoke one? I was like, I would love to smoke one. And so he rolls up a blunt, and I'd never smoked a blunt before. For Woody's benefit, a blunt is a blunt is like a small cigar. And the wrapper is also made of tobacco. And so what you do is you cut it down the middle with a razor blade. You get all the tobacco that's in it out. You refill it with marijuana, lick that bitch, roll it back up so it sticks together. X is learning too.
Yeah.
And then you have then you're getting a mixture of tobacco and marijuana at the same time. A lot of rappers smoke the things.
That guy that got killed by Taylor did too, right? Mike Brown, maybe? He stole the Swishers. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what he was
like
up to.
Swisher, that's the kind of brand that like people buy to cut open, dump out all the tobacco, and then make a blunt.
We were smoking a Swisher. And so xJawz rolls this big fucking thing up, and we go in the bathroom of the suite there next to the door, and he's got his laptop opened up, and he's showing me what he's been up to when he's out there. And I think I've told this little tidbit of the story before, but it's important to know just how stoned we are while this is happening. Like a 12 out of 10.
Live streaming the whole.
No, God, that wouldn't have been good. So he pulls out his laptop and starts showing me videos of what his life is like now. And he's hanging out with this rapper, Little Twist. And Little Twist is like, I guess xJawz is holding a video camera, and Little Twist is taking him on like a Cribs style tour of his penthouse suite at one of the major hotels out there. Like he's got like the penthouse of the Rio or something like that. Some $12,000 a night fucking penthouse. And he's smoking a blunt in the video, and I know for a fact he's smoking the same weed that I'm smoking while I'm watching him smoking it, because xJawz is providing it. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking weedception. All right, let's see where this is going. And he's like, yo, welcome to my suite. Instead of saying the N-word now, we say brother. And you go a little bit farther into the suite, and there's a cage, and he pulls a cloth off the cage, and there's a monkey in the cage. And he goes, yo, brother, this is my monkey. And he blows the weed in on the monkey, and the monkey goes, and it's a fucking jumping around in the cage and shit. I was like, he's got a monkey in a penthouse here right now? He's like, yeah, he's got a monkey. And
serious flex.
Right? And we're touring this place, and it's beautiful. It's like something out of a gangster movie or something like that. This huge sunken living room when the whole walls are glass and everything. You're seeing the whole strip. And you go back to a bedroom, and he's like holding the doorknob, looking at the camera. He's like, You ready for this, brother? Opens the door up. This is my lynx cat. He's got a lynx. He's got a lynx fucking pissing and shitting in a hotel suite in Vegas. And it's just over there. You know, it's the one with the real tall, pointy ears.
yeah.
Potent
just like
piss.
It's just like, you can tell it's thinking like, did I kill Little Twist and make it to the door in time? Not today.
Not
Let
one,
him
but
smoke a few
two
more.
exotic animals.
He had 2 exotic animals. And it was at this point where I start not feeling well. This is the second time I've ever blacked out in my life.
Did you see Justin Bieber tapes at all?
I didn't see anything. No, I
Did he
didn't.
have a
Okay.
monkey in a lynx?
I did not see
could've
Justin
sworn
Bieber's monkey.
xJawz and Justin Bieber were hanging out together.
They
at
were.
the time.
They
And
absolutely
I thought
were.
that there was some video, but I might be making some of that up.
Nothing
No,
that I
they
saw.
weren't.
Nothing that I saw. But I mean, I know they were chilling together, and you know, xJawz was always telling me about like what it was like hanging out with Bieber and how he was kind of like a spoiled kind of, you know, he'd be like real fucked up laying on the floor and he'd just yell like sushi, go get me sushi, and somebody would literally have to run out and get him.
Damn, what a life. That's awesome.
So
What, that you guys don't do that now?
we
don't
do
get to
that.
Watch,
yell
yeah,
watch
at
this.
for
Watch this.
sushi.
It's Postmates.
Matt, I want Firehouse subs.
I'm
I'm kidding.
Italian.
So,
So,
Matt's my
Meatball.
camera guy. Right.
So I start not feeling really well at all. And I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go sit down, man. I open the door of the bathroom and I take about 2 steps and I collapse face first onto the tile floor, like whack. And everybody freaks out. They're like, ah, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just like, I'm okay. But I'm gonna lay here for a while. Don't take anything by that, but this floor is real cold and it feels real good right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to rub my face on this floor. And they're like, we're going to order you some food. I'm like, sounds good, but I'm going to keep rubbing my face on the floor. And I laid on that floor for a long, long time before I started feeling normal.
What happens when you smoke too much weed? I know what happens when you drink too much and you kind of get sick. You throw up oftentimes, things spin. Too much weed.
You have to smoke so much weed to actually have what I just described happen to you that it's not even financially viable for the everyday man.
Okay.
It takes a lot, and it really usually requires edibles, which are, you know, a whole other thing. Your liver's processing.
Easy
it.
to
You're-
OD.
It's
OD
easy
is the
to
wrong
take.
term. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. That's what's the term I use. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
I definitely overdosed on fucking edibles. I ended up vomiting. You know, I vomited from edibles before, and but with smoking, it's like it's over in an hour anyway. Whereas like if you drink too much alcohol, it's like, well, here we go. You know, I'm gonna be drunk all fucking night long, and there's no coming back from this.
That DMT, I'm told, is 15 minutes.
Mhm.
I get more perception of time and stuff, but I feel like I can survive. It's like some pretty yucky stuff for 15 minutes. 15 minutes isn't that long.
Yeah, I don't think DMT really gives you bad experiences anyway. If I really want good groceries, though, I go to the DeKalb Farmers Market, I think. If anybody's in Atlanta, go fuck. No, it's the International Market is what it is. And that's the coolest grocery store I've ever been in my life. It is so badass. They have everything you can imagine from everywhere on the planet. Their produce section is as big as a gas station. No, it's bigger. It's 2 gas stations.
Most produce stations are as big as a gas station.
Yeah, I know.
I was so
wait a minute.
underwhelmed by that. It's the size of a room.
Yeah, okay,
They have tomatoes and lettuce.
like
They've got
including
tomatoes as big as the sky.
like when I go to
Tomatoes
the-
the size of baseballs.
it's more than that. It's bigger. It's huge. It's huge. All right.
How many gas stations is it?
It's at least. I'm talking about the pumps too, though. Like it's huge.
How many gas
Like,
stations is it?
1,000.
Whoa!
1,000.
Whoa! 1,000 gas
If this
stations.
grocery store is even special.
Here, Woody, we got this grocery store here. They got all the vegetables. Tomatoes,
They do, though.
zucchini.
All right, I'm looking it up. I gotta
Pickles,
show
the
you
rest.
that. Now you-
This place sells Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Believe it or not, you can walk to one more aisle. They've got an amount of chips the size of a house there for you to choose from. the size of a gas station. Just the most mild comparison of any fucking produce department. Oh, I tell you, this shit was 15 by 15 if it was 1,000,000 square yards. They had vegetables I've never even heard of. You ever heard of a turnip? Not me. Man, they got turnips. They got something called a jalapeno. Don't even know what that is. Probably some Mexican shit. They got something called Brussels sprouts. Man, what a world. Yeah, no, how many vegetables do they have? Oh, you're not gonna believe this. It's called a carrot. And they got fucking bags and bags of them all out there.
Mini carrots,
Flush with carrots. They make little ones. Sometimes you can buy a bag of shaved ones. Man, how do they grow the shaved carrots?
Do they have milk?
Are they pre-shaved? Do they grow shaved? Anyway, vegetables. What else do they have?
What else does this magical grocery store have? They got everything.
They got this shit called kombucha in the corner. Yeah, kombucha.
Zach, could you do like a Google image search for the DeKalb International Market so I don't look like such a fool? It's slower.
We're gonna have to reduce the pixel size because it's gonna be 1,000,000 billion feet wide.
What is it called? The DeKalb?
It's DeKalb. I think it's how do you spell DeKalb? DECALB. Maybe a K. I don't even know. DeKalb.
DEKALB. No,
Yeah.
that's the city in Illinois. Yeah, same thing in Georgia though.
And then International Market. That'll get. I gotta go blow my fucking nose. I got tears fucking falling. No, look. All jokes aside, although that was fucking hilarious. They have.
Is it called the World Market?
Okay. Look.
DeKalb Farmers Market. DeKalb World.
This is it.
World. Oh, someone found it. Okay.
Yeah, he's.
That is
I just sent you
section. Actually,
okay.
that's pretty legit. I'm going full screen.
Like, so what I was gonna say was like, I'm walking through the produce section. This. And I don't recognize 40% of it. Like 40% of it is not like the things you're used to. It's all sorts of like,
what kind of wild shit they selling at the DeKalb?
I don't know, lots of weird melons and long.
How big are your fucking gas stations, Kyle? That is an enormous gas station.
I misspoke. I'm high. God damn it!
Okay.
Are those no? Those have to be gourds. Are those bananas?
They have
No,
all
those-
sorts of like gourd like vegetables like that. Show some more, Zach. Like, do you have any more images? Like, show the fucking meat. Show the meat section now.
Show some more. Zach. You have to show how big my fruit stand is, so people don't think I'm a retard online.
How
they
far
got
is that
this-
place from you,
They
Kyle?
got
40
pears.
minutes.
They
40
got
minutes. So it's
apples.
not your local place, I guess.
No, it's where I go when I want to like cook for a girl or something, or like before I went to prison. Like I made a few meals that were like super fancy. And
Dude.
so I went here.
Pause there. There is a broken child in a grocery cart and a father repulsed by it. Are you looking at what I'm looking at?
I see it. I think maybe the kid just fell and he's like ah. Like what
Well,
is
you
that?
That's
should-
not
you
the
shouldn't-
reaction to
You shouldn't
fallen children.
recoil. God, yeah. Woody, when Hope fell over like that, did you
Oh,
go?
I run.
Did you
I
go?
just let her
how
handle it."
How embarrassing!
That was kind of cringe.
Dude, bitch,
Kinda
little
cringe.
cringe.
That would be so shit.
That would be so. A parent telling their child that like acting out is cringe. That's the generation we're going to grow up with. Yeah, but you're right. That is what jumped out. That kid is flailing, and this is an unremarkable size of a meat station.
It's good, but not.
You're not see- these pictures are
outstanding.
terrible. All right, so let me explain.
Is that guy
You're-
wearing a hoodie instead of a hairnet?
You're seeing a fraction of it there. You're seeing a fraction of it. But they have.
Fraction is not descriptive.
You're seeing a fifth of the meat.
There's another whole gas station of meat behind that.
They have everything. They have all these exotic things, international things. Like, I don't know. I'd never been.
Carrots and tomatoes.
They had calf liver. Like, I'd never seen calf liver or brains at a grocery store. They have calf brain for sale that you can buy, and like they have They have lobster tanks and crab tanks, and I think they do live shrimp too, maybe, or crawfish. But they have like every fish I can imagine.
Ooh, they got live crawdads you can get.
Yeah, almost certainly, they have everything. I've never
grocery stores have that. I feel like
crawdads live.
Most of them don't have
lobsters
crawdads
and
live.
stuff and live.
Oh,
I grew up in Ocean
lobsters,
City
yeah.
where that stuff was kind of normal.
Yeah.
Maybe it's normal everywhere. I don't know.
I see lobsters like in that tank sometimes when I go there. Being in the Midwest, if it's fucking in St. Louis, they must be around a lot of places.
Sure.
But
My favorite grocery store, though, if you're in Atlanta and it's not too far away, definitely should check it out.
I feel like you're becoming a bit of an Atlanta boy, actually. Like you've grown to appreciate the benefits of population density. There's certainly some downsides, right? You know, the
cost,
the crime, the cost, the traffic, but there's some benefits. Grocery stores the size of gas stations, takeout, shit. Like, I don't know. There are some good things about being near dense population.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like all the delivery options that you get, and I don't mean just like DoorDash, but just like having like your Amazon stuff gets there faster. You can get your groceries delivered. Any number of things are able to be delivered at that point, so it's pretty nice. Apparently, it was very odd for me to just pay it all in one lump sum and get it over with, because like as soon as I got the bill for the fine, I like sent them a check for $5,000, and so my probation officer was like, "Yeah, and you're going to want to get your fines paid, like sometime in the next 2 years for sure." And I'm like, I paid that before I went into prison. He's like, all of it? I'm like, yeah, I was in possession of $5,000. So,
I'm made for distribution. You think I can't afford the fine?
I might have beaten that distribution charge, but let's just say I've got $5,000 laying around. That's not a good joke to make. That's all. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I made the joke.
He's got $50,000 in drug money laying around.
Stop! I have no drug money. I've never sold a penny's worth of weed.
No. Technically, they were buying the box it came in. All right, they never sold the drugs.
Like I always say, I fully admit to buying all the weed I could ever find, but to sell it, that's like that doesn't even compute in my mind. I love weed so much. Like there's no way that you have enough money to buy my weed. That's how much. It's like offering to buy someone's children from them. It's like, all right, you got $1 billion? Well, I would never pay that for a child. I could get a Chinese baby for $50,000. Exactly. I market value of my weed doesn't even approach the value that I place on my weed. So why would I ever sell any weed? I've never had so much weed that I had enough to sell anyway. I've never possessed an ounce. I don't know what an ounce of weed looks like. I've never had more than half an ounce because I thought I was like teetering on some sort of legal scary level by staying under half an ounce. Like when I got busted, it was 14 grams, I think. Yeah. An ounce is 28 grams. And they claim they found some crumbses on some jacketses back at my house. But look, I don't think they're lying about that. I'm sure they found something at my house, like some crumbses. But if I'd known I had those crumbses, I'd have smoked those motherfuckers up because I thought I was fresh out. Like there's no way I would have been picking up another bag of weed if I knew there were some crumbs back at home. You don't think I'll smoke the crumbs? I'll make tea out of the stems.
Yeah. Even if it just makes me feel it's just a little okay for a while.
I used to like clean my bong and get that black goo out of the bottle.
Oh, you were smoking res?
It's like tar, the consistency, like it's sticky. And like if I was
and it starts bubbling.
I would be completely out of weed though. And so like
it's not crazy to smoke tar. You have to understand I was running low.
I was out. and so like I would like take my like water pipe that had the accumulated goo in it and I would pour water in it and then I would shake it really hard upside down onto like a plate. And then like just like an old gold miner, I would like rotate the plate so that the water spilled over. And if I did it just right, the goo would stick to the edge of the plate.
What is that process called?
Panning.
Panning.
So I'm in the bathroom panning for goo.
That's
And,
not
like,
a very good turnout. This is barely enough to get high.
So you've got shake it all out into this plate and then pan for goo. And after a while, you've got like a plate that's mostly dry, but has like black goo all over the rim of it. And I'd be like, baby, it's time to smoke some goo. And she's like, not the goo. And I'm like, that's all we got, baby. We got to smoke the goo. And I take a razor blade and I do like semicircles, pressing really hard to like get all the goo and then like flick the water off the goo and then get it in the bowl again and then re-smoke that goo. And first of all, it's incredibly harsh. I'll admit, like I would cough and it tasted awful, but it gets you so fucking high.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it because it's marijuana concentrate. It's concentrated concentrate because it's like it's the remainder of smoking concentrate, and it's like been condensed down even more. So
I
just
thought
a
you were
little,
talking about like so in college, I remember using like that flour, like the goo that would be in the flour if you were just totally out.
this
I was
is
trying to use that.
I
Or
want
goo
that
came from
story to be our first PKA animation story. And it
Panning
should
for
end
goo.
with that line that I just said.
So I have a super garbage man. Let me tell you about this guy. All right. So I live out in the country, middle of nowhere, as you might imagine, and there is city trash service, but I have a gravel driveway, and dragging that dumpster down to the end is just not going to happen. It would be awful. Like it would be physically hard. Like it would be a chore to get that thing down there. It'd take half an hour. So I had trash service for a while, but I was just not getting it done. The trash was piling up, and I'd have to haul it off myself. So I had to hunt down a super garbage man. I needed a guy who would drive to my house once a week, all the way down my driveway, come to my door, and take the trash that's piled up there and take it away from me for a fee. And I was looking high and low for this, and it was going to be expensive. There was one service that would actually give me sort of a miniature dumpster that was like the size of this couch maybe. And I was going to be like $2,000 to start things off, and then we go monthly from there. It was absurd. It was like, what is this shit? I just want my trash gone. How do I make this happen? And I found it. This guy is like his own personal trash service. Basically, he's like, hey, you want somebody to come get your trash? All right, then.
Wow. That's cool.
$20. I was like, well, how much, man? How much? And in my head, I'm like, name your fucking price, bro. It's like, I feel like a slutty girl, like, you know, with no ride home. I'm like, I could maybe, you know, I'll do anything he wants. He has me at his mercy. He says, $20 will do it. And I'm like, a week? And I'm completely serious. He goes, of course not a week. A month, you know, a month. I just come. He goes, I'm just going to come once a week, you know, just once a week. And I'm like, is there an option for daily trash service? Shit. So he actually does. He comes all the way to down the driveway. He gets the thing and takes it away. And the thing about it is, I've had this issue where this neighborhood dog has been coming up and ripping these bags of trash apart.
Kill the dog.
And there will be maggots and rotted meat and just the grossest, trash that you can imagine. It's refuse.
Yeah.
Everything's covered in coffee grounds and like raw chicken juice, etc. So it's nasty.
Lovely smell.
And I'm looking at this awful mess, and I'm like, shit, I gotta clean this up. This is the thing I hate doing in the world the most. Is cleaning up gross stuff. Like this is below me, quite frankly. Like I don't, look. I didn't just say that like it's below me to do my own dry cleaning. It's below me to clean rotten meat up out of my yard. I don't do
Sadly,
that shit.
that's directly my level at my house.
And I think you guys have a low opinion of yourselves if any of you don't think that you're above cleaning up rotten meat out of your yard. You all are. All of us in this call are, goddamn. So, but I had to, right? I was like, tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna go to my dad's house and get like a hay fork or something, and I'm gonna get this thing done. The garbage man shows up at like 6 a.m. when he's not supposed to, a day early. He cleans it up for me, bags it all up, and I mean every bit. I mean, there wasn't like a tampon wrapper or like the gross, like some dirty like dog shitted toilet paper. Like he got every scrap, every little bit of like filth he could find. My yard looked cleaner than before this whole thing
It's like
started.
twigs and leaves cleaned up.
Yeah, he's done that twice now. And it's not that I leave this mess to him. I would never do that. I felt shitty about it, and I tipped him. I gave him $40 last time he came around. I felt shitty about it, but he shows up like a day early when the dog happens to rip. It's like he knows. It's like he's coming by checking on my garbage in his off time, and he found that there was
He can sense it. He can sense it. Oh,
He's a Jedi.
He's got someone doing recon.
and he's the best. And
Hal needs me right now.
yeah,
I'm gonna get my boy and drive up. Something's wrong right now.
And he's just the nicest, sweetest guy I've ever met. But that dog ripped my trash apart for the third fucking time. This time, Kitty actually cleaned it up. So now the dog's got to go. The dog's got to go. I'm
Yes.
hunting the dog at this point. Now I'm done. Now I'm a dog. I am a dog hunter now. There's no question over what's going to happen to the dog. I've already decided. I'm just waiting on him to come back.
How did you find this garbage guy?
I honestly don't remember. I think maybe my dad like recommended him, or like he's a friend of a friend, or something like that. To be completely honest, and I only say this because I'm positive he'll never listen to this.
Yeah.
He's a bit slow-witted. Not that you'd ever notice unless you had like a long, in-depth conversation with the man. Then you kind of pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I recently came to the realization that he thinks that I'm some sort of a crackpot inventor, and that's what I do for a living. Because he thinks I'm like Doc from Back to the
Future.
He thinks I'm an inventor. He thinks that I'm coming up with all this crazy gadgets, and that's how I bought this house and these cars and all this stuff. And let me tell you why. Because when you come to my house, like I've got gadgets sitting around. I have these this personal like tank vehicle. It's called a
Shredder.
shredder. It's a shredder like DPV or something. And basically, you stand on a skateboard, and it's got a gasoline engine. You've got a throttle that's connected to the base by a stand, and it's got 2 rubberized tank treads. It's a ridiculous toy. It's just like a silly man toy. The thing's very expensive. So he sees all these toys, and he sees I've got these big ballistic gel torsos outside and stuff, and he asks me about them occasionally, and I'll tell him, I'm like, oh, well, this is ballistics gel. It replicates human flesh, and when I shoot it, I can determine what a bullet would actually do to human flesh. It's good for people who want to buy defense ammunition. Oh, okay. And there's like piles of spray paint cans because I shoot those a lot. He thinks that I'm an inventor, and here's how I know. Because when I paid him last time, I gave him the extra $20 or whatever, and I apologized profusely for him cleaning up my mess twice for me, and I'm like, well, see you later. And he's like, you know what you need. I got an idea for you. Now you just get right on this. If you want to or don't, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I'm just come to me. So keep in mind he brings his grandson with him on these trash pickups to like show his grandson like what working is like, and that there's a hard side of life. And he has in the past said, you need to be like this man right here. Use your mind. You don't want to work with somebody like me. Because he's jacked. His arms are bigger than yours from doing the trash thing. And I commented on it, and he's like, he tells his grandson, don't listen to him none. You don't want big arms, you want a big brain. He goes on about this. So he's telling me, I got this idea. You're gonna love it. So last night was over at the house, and little Daniel, he's got that R2D2 beep beep beep, and that thing's running around there. He loves it, and I started thinking, they ain't got nothing that goes and like flies for a minute and then lands back down. That'd be a good toy. Now, if you could make that R2D2 toy where it'd go and kind of hover a little bit and then land, you got you $1 million right there. I literally went.
Blow his mind next week.
I literally was so embarrassed for both of us that I went, That's a good idea. Turned around and left. I'm pretty sure that if you had to ask him right now what he thinks I'm doing, well, he's probably working on an R2D2. He seemed excited. I'm telling you, I told him. Tore him off right then. He's
You should just bring him in one day, show him episodes of Mythbusters, and be like, "You see that show? I build all the props for that show. I'm in the background of every shot. Those are my gadgets."
No, you should have.
Millionaire.
He thinks I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy or something like.
You're Elon Musk to him. That's what you're building your rockets and shit.
Nice. After he gave you that idea, you should have gone, "Great Scott!"
You gotta show up with a drone next week. You just gotta. I made it.
Yeah, in my head, I was like, "This guy's never seen a drone." I was like, I should go buy one of those $100 drones at the fucking flea market and just blow his mind.
You can freak him out. You can freak him out.
I've probably told this story before, but I had one of my first experiences that was like, somebody kind of taking me under their wing was this guy who took me, he needed someone to ride with him to another car dealership to bring a car back. He needed to go get a car and bring it back with him and return with the vehicle he was leaving in as well. So I go with him, and we get in traffic, and he starts telling me stories. And they're rape stories. He's telling me about rapes he's performed, he's been part of. Like, not the kind where you knock the girl out and drag her in the bushes, but like some party sex that just went a little too far for my comfort. And so later on, I befriended this guy. I'm not ashamed of it. He was a nice guy besides the rape.
So he was a nice rapist, one of the good ones.
Look, I'm just saying, like, besides his propensity to rape, he was a great human being. I helped him move. It was a good day. We drank a 6-pack after. Anyway.
Maybe he wasn't that bad of a rapist. Just like little rapes here and there.
Was
like
he really?
stealing a candy bar from a store.
Well, you say that, but then there was another rape incident almost that I should probably spell out as well. I've probably told the story to some, but he invites me to like a 4th of July barbecue, one 4th of July. And in my head, I'd never been to one, honestly. It's just not this. It's the sort of like white picket fence bullshit that just my family doesn't do. Like some 4th of July picnic. No fucking way. We might get to have fireworks. That's it. But anyway, he invites me to the picnic, and in my head, I imagine, the stereotypical one. Like, okay, I'm imagining 2 or 3 of his neighbors that are like couples, like husbands and wives, maybe a couple of kids, 2 or 3 of our other coworkers, his wife, his kids, and maybe an outside work friend or 2, maybe some friends of his wife. Probably 10 to 15 people here, lots of good food, chill out, drink free beer. This is going to be a good night. I show up, and I've been to the man's house before because, like I said, I helped him move into it. I show up, and the windows have trash bags duct taped to them.
Oh, no.
I use that trick too.
And he sort of ushers me into the house rather quickly, like come on, let's get on in here. And he has sort of a 4th of July meal prepared. There's potato salad. There's these little kosher pickles. There's tons of hot wings, like probably 5 pounds of hot wings. And there's lots of vodka, Stolichnaya vodka. There's Nemiroff vodka, like hot pepper vodka. Delicious, my favorite. And I'm like, so
rapist with the Stoli.
Yeah, I don't think that the lady was going to be getting any drinks though, because there was only one other person invited to the party, and that was the receptionist from the car dealership. The only other individual invited to this 4th of July shindig was the big bootied Lithuanian chick. No, Chechen. She was fucking Chechen. Blonde hair, blue eyes, but she was Muslim. But had a huge ass. She's the only other person this motherfucker invited. His idea is that we pull some sort of tag team rape on her, and the windows need to be blacked out because his family's out of town and the neighbors don't need to be seeing what's going on. So keep in mind, this guy's like 42. Let's just, I think, yeah, he was about 42. Good friend of mine. And keep that in mind. Good friend of mine. Other than, he had told me the rape story in our first encounter together. But since then, I'd gotten to meet his family, his children, he became a sweeter guy in my head, just a funny guy. He'd always get mad at customers and shit. Nice guy. And then all of a sudden, rape time again. And I'm just like, damn it, dude. We went rape free for like 8 months there.
here we are back where we
Was
started,
there a
man.
workplace sign?
200,
Like how many days?
240 days since a rape occurred.
So here's what I did. I texted the receptionist. I said, "Hey, party sucks. It's just me and him. I won't say his name. It's just me and him here, and I don't think anybody else showed. I think everybody bailed." And she's like, "Oh, that sucks. I'll probably go do some of my friends then." I was like, "Okay, yeah, don't even bother. I'm gonna leave in just a minute." And so I now she's avoided the rape. I don't say shit to him. I just sit down with him and we start eating pickles, hot wings, potato salad, and vodka. And
Aphrodisiacs.
And we don't stop until the vodka. And he was waiting on the girl to arrive, but I didn't want him to like get, to like try to find another girl. Honestly, I didn't want him to like realize that girl number one was out of the picture and start getting all rapey and start looking for a new girl to rape. You know what I mean?
There are plenty of rapeable fish in the sea.
So I felt like I was playing some sort of a anti-rape drinking game with this guy, where I've got to drink this motherfucker under the table, or he might go rape a neighbor. I don't know. And maybe he's like fucking Pepe Le Pew, like he just can't help it. Oh, I must rape. I don't know. But I was like, I got to drink this guy under the table. We drank half a bottle of Nemiroff vodka, which if anyone out there knows where to find Nemiroff, it's honey pepper vodka. Please link me to it. It's my favorite vodka. I can't find it. It's my favorite beverage. It's delicious. Try it. It's the best.
PK subreddit link coming. I see it.
So we drank that whole thing, and then we drank half of another bottle together. So we both did about half a bottle of vodka.
And then you preemptively raped him. You got him.
I fucked him right in the ass. I gotta say. He went,
now you are the rapee.
No, but I actually ended up passing out and sleeping in his his kid's room, which is creepy as fuck. Because it was like one of those like race car beds or some shit, and I like had to scrunch up in it, and like everything was like a cartoon character or like it was a true child's room down to a T. Now I slept in Colin's room. It's not as bad. It's not on the same level at all. Colin's room didn't bug me a bit. I actually loved those like Lego guys that were everywhere and those little jitterbug things.
Yeah,
you would have woke up the next morning and he would have been whispering like, "Good morning, Speed Racer," with his arm around you while you're laying in a little bed.
For some reason, he's got a bloody spot in his underoos.
Yeah, it was too much. I slept in my clothes.
Can I ask? Did he lead off like did he refer to that like as rape, or did he tell you stories where you're like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, you fuck that bitch, right? Good job," and then you're like,
"But that was rape." Yeah, that's how it was.
Rape, man. Okay.
One of the stories was something along the lines of like, I don't know. I think the girl was like really drunk and they were fucking her, and like she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna use a fake name, John." John is like, "It's not John fucking you anymore." Ha 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 ha. Right, if you're out there, Jeanette, I saved your ass, literally.
Well, maybe not literally.
No, literally.
So now, when you said she had a fat ass, was it like a globe, or was it like Kim Kardashian? She was hippie.
No, it just protruded. Back and away, back and
to the left,
and it was like perfectly shaped. It was like
was the silhouette on the side kind of like when you see a drop of water dripping down on a hot day, the condensation.
Yeah, it was perfectly shaped, like a teardrop. It was incredible, and she wore these incredibly tight pants.
Who is this we're talking about?
She was the receptionist at the car dealership. She's blonde hair, blue eyed.
The potential rapee.
She's got the sexy accent too, because she's from fucking Chechnya or wherever the fuck. And but she would wear these white like see-through pants and no underwear, and you could like see her ass. And she made it so it was very hard to work. And my buddy, I guess, had had enough.
So you might say that
she put a stop to it with the rape. That's what he's gonna do.
So you think she was asking for it?
I think she was built for it. That's what he seems to be describing to me.
I'm just describing to you the kind of
when he lays out the curve of that ass, what he's trying to say is that she's built for it.
Built for what, Woody?
Built for loving. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't believe.
I saved her. I saved from the rape.
You should let it go to your head.
Or to her ass or vagina. You let it go anywhere. You saved her from that rape.
Yeah, I just got wasted and ate hot wings. It was honestly a great night.
That's
I
the
really
best
enjoyed
way of
myself.
all the ways to prevent rape, like, because you could see the rape happening and jump on the guy and then you fight him and
Yeah, exactly. I thought I took the perfect way, right?
Yeah,
Right,
and it's a
you
very
got
true
drunk
thing.
and
You can
ate
have
hot
fun hanging out
wings.
with them.
You did it with
Yeah.
your brain,
Rapists are very
just like
good
your garbage man
conversationalists.
said.
Absolutely. Like that thing could have went so messy. Like maybe he tries to rape somebody else. Maybe I'm like, dude, I'm not up for all this raping shit. I'm out of here. And he gets all offended and then our friendship's over. And then maybe he still rapes somebody else. Or maybe like he, gets physical with me. Maybe he feels like threatened now that I feel that the rape is like a criminal action and he realizes that and he realizes he's not in the presence of another rapist and maybe he thought he was and maybe he gets violent. Maybe he gets scary. I don't know. Best thing to do is what I did. It was awesome. We drank and had an awesome time with it. I had an awesome time with that rapist.
So I'm a little bit concerned that you still wanted to be friends with the rapist. Like, you're like, I know you're a
that
rapist.
really-
Oh,
I feel like
I'm
you're
lucky.
judging
I don't have
Kyle-
any rapist friends or black friends. Wow.
Yeah, you're judging Kyle and his rapist friends a little tough. He who is without rape cast the first load.
Cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It
It's
was
in
like,
the Bible.
This is
I
true.
told our mutual friend about it, and he was shocked. And he was Lithuanian. That I just wanted to confirm that, like, this wasn't like an Eastern European thing. Like maybe they were all up for the rape. He's like, nah, dude, that's not cool. And I was like, yeah, right. He's like, I didn't know he was down like that. I was like, yeah, he's really down like that. And that rape game, he's up in it.
Was it one of those times where you have to, like, you're listening to him tell a story and you kind of have to awkwardly laugh the whole time? And he's like, so I got this girl and I'm forcefully having sex with her without consent.
No, I'll tell you that.
And it's just crazy. And she's like, don't do that. I hate this. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. We just had wings.
Like
And then,
that. It was more like the girl was passed out and they were like dragging her around and like her head was getting bumped into the car doors as they were
So
like.
basically, this guy was just the way that's okay. Well, that's new information. So this guy was just a piece of shit all around, aside from apparently fun to talk to and hang out with for a night on a 4th of July. So you knew this guy was okay. This is the crux. We're going back to this. You hung out with this guy for a while, and you knew he was a rapist. I don't know. I mean, how many strikes do you have before you just cut someone out of your life?
I didn't. I already explained this. When I met him, he told me those stories, but then I got to meet his family and his children, and I just assumed that like those were old, there was like old country stories of stuff he did when he was a kid and stuff like that. And
Well, everybody rapes as a kid. You don't count that.
Yeah, I'm kind of lining up with like so Kyle's got this rapist friend who he keeps in his life because you guy's got a lot of pluses that goes with it. But Wings of Redemption, he's out of there.
Oh my God! All right, first of all,
he would be a good friend.
Let me reply to this. This is two pronged. So first of all, oh my God. So it was a close knit community, This guy, there's a lot of turnover in the car salesman business.
There
so
sure was.
six or eight
They
guys
turn over and do unspeakable things.
Yeah, I get it. So six guys would get hired, and most of them would be gone within 3 months. That's just how it goes. So when somebody sticks around for a while, you kind of form a relationship with them. You're working lots and lots of hours a week, 60, 65 plus hours a week. You're spending holidays with each other, watching football games together. Like we just all became friends.
Someone that you spend 4th of July with, if you spend it with just one other person, is that person usually one of your really good friends, a significant other, or a rapist?
I already said.
Why
man,
do the two? Hold on a second. No. Why do the two have to be mutually exclusive though?
Yeah, why can't you have friends and family that are rapists?
Right, some of my best friends are rapists. Why can't I hang out with them?
Murka, I think you're being a little rapist-ist in this.
Yeah, I just
you have a prejudice, a deep-seated hatred towards rapists.
Do you think you're inherently better than them? What? Because they rape? Come on.
You know what? Hey, I'd like to thank you guys for calling me out on that because I've been trying to get a little more liberal and politically correct. And just because they want to rape, let them rape. It's not affecting me.
Right.
Just gallivant through the fields, rape away. But I'm going to be tolerant of it. What's the preferred nomenclature nowadays for rapist? Is it unwilling meat shot or something?
I think it's aggressive sexual encounter disorder. I think that's what it's called. It's aged. Aged. Yeah, it's a disorder. It's going to be in the DSM-6.
It is. I heard it was called like the "I gotta come right now and you're here" disease.
Right, but that's like grids with AIDS. That's the first iteration where it was kind of like, oh wow, maybe we shouldn't call it that anymore. So they're like,
and you know what? I think over time we're gonna find that there is a lot of intrinsically very valuable culture within rapists, and then we'll have little parades support it, and that's for the best because everybody and their beliefs, lifestyles should all be accepted equally because there's no such thing as a better person than another.
Just 2 days ago, I was talking to my cousin, who obviously lives here, and I was like, dude, we want to find like a really cool, like semi-difficult hiking trail to take. And my cousin was like, oh, dude, I know a guy who knows the best areas in Colorado Springs. And this motherfucker took us like a guided tour through the most difficult hike I've ever done. And it turns out that he shows up with his dog and in a tie-dye shirt. And the whole time he's talking about how he's majored in like mycology, like mushroom studies. And so every time he sees a mushroom, he's like going over to the side, being like, oh, dude, we could like fry this up, or like, oh, here's one of the ones that we could like cut up and like trip on. It was like, I kind of wanted someone to just tell me where to go. more than the whole like drug lecture.
Well, the same way
on a bunch of shrooms, man. Damn, you have to, bro. It's like, yeah, but do we go left or right here?
Now in LA, because you could just get pot delivered to you. It's it's the same as like ordering a pizza, and
dude, it's fucking
the
cool.
idea of like what's gone is having to talk to some guy trying to sell you pot for an hour. Like what's gone from that is like where you have to discuss like what the real meaning of this album is.
You know what's gone from that also is having to pretend that you're friends with your drug dealer.
Yep.
It's like, oh man, yeah, I guess I'd love to watch an episode of something with you, man. Hey, you want to smoke some of your stuff together? No.
So it was always the worst.
No, I want to go home.
I always had the worst drug dealers. Oh, they were the worst. That one guy, I'd go to his house and we'd be down in his basement where he had all of his plants, and all these degenerates would be hanging around to get free weed, pretending like they're his friends. And I just want to buy and leave. And they're just all such losers. They're just the worst kinds of people. That's where I had that conversation where we're out back, like smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, someone brought up methamphetamine, like randomly. And I was like, hey, meth, not even once. Am I right? And they went, well, I've tried it a few times. And I was like, fuck. And the other guy goes, yeah, I like to get a little crispy every now and then. And I was just like,
a little crispy.
Well, it's my cue to fucking run away. So
you need a spiel, Kyle.
I'm more into
you need to hit your drug dealer and be like, I need 1 ounce, Alaskan Purple Dragon Slayer. Faster is better.
You would expect that to be a thing. But
you can't do it that same way.
Treat him like a barber.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle. Sorry.
He would be like, I tell him what I wanted, and he'd be like, all right, let me go bag it up. And it'd take him like 20 minutes while he had a whole conversation with me, telling me stories, depressing stories. He never had bags. He always had to like make these bootleg bags out of like plastic wrap and a soldering gun. And I'm not even kidding.
Oh shit. Did he ever use the cellophane off of a cigarette container and then solder that
I
closed?
would buy in such quantities that wouldn't work, but I have purchased weed where it was in the cellophane of a cigarette, like the cellophane that comes off of a packet of cigarettes, and then they put it in there, roll it, and then melt the top, and it's just like, this is some ghetto shit, boys.
They just give it to him in like a Kroger shopping bag.
Yeah, I buy at least an ounce at a time. Like if I'm buying.
I remember I was in a college drought of needing it or wanting some pot when I was like a sophomore in college, and it was like, who am I going to go to? And someone was like, hey, this guy, he kind of is weird, but he'll do. And I was like, all right. So I went over there and I was going to buy some, and this happened like twice. And this guy would like pillory you with offers of playing Street Fighter. The entire time you were just trying to buy drugs and go home. And so I would have to play him in Street Fighter in 2 or 3 fights and get absolutely manhandled by him because I didn't know the buttons. I didn't know how to play Street Fighter. But every time you go over there, you sit down, and before he goes to grab the goods, He wants to fucking play Street Fighter. And so you play a couple games of Street Fighter with him, you get railroaded, and you just have to be like, all right, man, well, can I just have the weed now? Like,
That's what
can
they
you
should have
just go
done.
get that for me?
As anti-drug commercials, fuck this whole like, oh, and then you play with your gun and accidentally shoot yourself. Oh, your dog talks. They should have just been like, look at the fucking degenerate you're going to have to talk to for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, if you buy drugs, you're going to have to go to this guy's house. Like, that's the best anti-drug commercial you could possibly do.
That is a real good one. It's like, it would just be a photo of a white guy with dreadlocks and a tie-dye shirt and black sweatpants on. It would be, do you want to talk to him for 2 hours? Then don't do drugs.
They were the most depressing parts of my week when I would go see this guy. And he was like a friend of a friend of a friend. Like he was so far disconnected from like my little social group. He was just such. All right. Usually when you call somebody a loser, what you mean is like they're bad at life and they like through things they've done to themselves. This guy had loserdom thrust upon him though, like through a series of unfortunate events. I've told the story before, but like there was this one like 9 month to 12 month period where he kept being seriously injured and mangled. Like while just trying to work a job and provide for a family. That's what had driven him to selling marijuana and driving a long haul truck. Was he just kept getting injured severely through no real fault of his own. Like he was in this construction job.
KFC.
He worked construction and they were putting like a tin roof on a house and he was on top and there's a guy on the bottom pushing this big sheet of tin toward him. The guy on the bottom was all fucked up on meth and like got too aggressive, and the guy is holding a sheet of tin at the top, and the guy at the bottom shoves it so hard that he cuts a bunch of the tendons in my boy's hand and like cripples his hand. They've got to go in and like reattach tendons. Well, now he can't use his right hand for like months as a construction worker.
He doesn't get like $1 million for that.
No, if you look up how much people like that get from the government on injuries, it's depressing. It's like, oh, you lose an eye? Yeah, we'll throw you $50K.
Like
a
company? Or?
But what about after?
No, I feel like Steve is like, what?
I need my eye.
You hire an attorney. You don't get it from the government. You get it from the company. You know.
This is like Billy Bob's construction company. Like
all the TV attorneys salivate over cases like that.
Well,
like no.
So now he's got a crippled right hand that's going to take months to recover. Well, he's like, hey, I'm pretty good with my left. Let's keep fucking working. I'm a man. I provide for my family. So they're like, he's at a different construction job in like a sub basement where they're hammering rebar into like mostly dry concrete. Like it's wet enough that you can hammer rebar into it, but it's dry enough that that's still an effort. And I don't know if a chip of steel came off the hammer or the rebar, but hammers are this like really tempered steel. And when a chip comes off of a hammer, it has this shocking amount of velocity to it because they're not supposed to chip. So if they have chipped, it's deceptively extreme in nature. And so a chip of hardened steel comes off this hammer and hits him in the chest, a small piece, like really small. And he's like, oh, that hurt. And his buddy goes, what? And looks over at him. He's like, dude, what happened? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, have you been shot? And he looks down and his chest is covered in blood and it's running down his leg now because this thing has gone so deeply into his chest that the ER thinks it's a gunshot wound. And they think he's lying about a gunshot wound to get out of some sort of trouble. They're like, you can tell us if this is gang related or something, like you can say it was an accident. We just need to know what kind of firearm it was. And he's like, I was swinging a hammer at work. And they're like, sure you were. So finally, I don't even think they got the chip out. I don't think they could get it out. So they just patch him back up. And so now he's got this chip of steel in a not so healthy spot inside his chest now. He's like, well, my troubles have to be behind me. I need something. I need a recreational vehicle. I'd love to just have some fun in my spare time while I'm on workman's compensation. I'd like to get a four-wheeler, an ATV. So he goes to this guy's house to buy a used ATV on the cheap. And he's in the guy's backyard. The sun's going down. It's getting pretty dark. And he's got one hand, his bad hand, operating the throttle. Rum, rum, rum. And his left hand, he's sort of got like swaying by his side, hanging loosely. Unbeknownst to him, someone has taken the cover off of the chain of the ATV. And it's a manual. So the chain is spinning back there until you hit the clutch and put her in gear. So it's just spinning. His hand goes into the chain and gets drug into the sprocket. It cuts off one finger. It cuts the tip off another, and it mangles the third. So now his left hand is crippled. His right hand is crippled, and his chest is all bandaged up. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to sell some weed. I'm just going to sell some weed. Can't nobody hurt me if I'm in my basement watering my weed plants. Well,
did he grow it?
He grew it. Yeah,
How's he even pulling the trigger on the spritzer bottle?
I'll get the electric spritzer. And
the electric spritzer.
Nothing bad can happen to me as long as I'm here. I'll drive my big rig. I'll provide for my wife and child. So I've been going to him for a few months now, and I feel awful for him. So I always buy a little extra. Like I pay him well. Like he's like, yeah, it's $2.90 for an ounce. And I'm like, here's $300. You know, I'm the good guy. Here's your $10 tip or whatever. But I'll try to I had these long, awful conversations with him about how awful his life is. And he's always giving me discounts on stuff and asking my advice on various aspects of his life. Well, one time he wasn't there, but his wife was. And I went to the door and I'm like, hey, Bill told me to come by. He said I could get some, and I'm not sure how in the know she is about his whole weed industry. So I can get a little pot from him, and she's like, how much you want? And I'm like, ounce and a half. Yeah, call it 375. Let's do 400. She's like, whatever. She comes back, big ass bag of weed. So I already knew that she was kind of a shitty person. She just seemed a little rude, or maybe she was annoyed, didn't want to be a pot salesman. I can understand that for sure too. But I'm a nice guy. I'm not showing up all weird. I find out she's been cheating on him the whole time while he's gone in his fucking big rig. The reason she was annoyed with me is because she had a dude showing up pretty soon, and she needed all the witnesses out of there because his weed sales were cramping her style because she's only got so much time because she's got to send her kid to her parents' house. She's got to arrange this boyfriend to come over while her husband is away and hide the boyfriend from his weed clientele, friends in quotation marks. And
they used to have a better marriage, but her big thing was getting fingered. And
it was the most depressing shit ever. He lost the house. He lost her. She took
his fingers.
He lost the truck. Everything.
He lost the truck.
He lost it all. He was making payments on it. Like most of those guys are. They don't own those trucks outright.
Losing the truck is a big deal. Like it's their job, it's their house, it's their
dude. He took the cab off of it and lived in it by the end.
I was
the ultimate cucking.
I was on the road with a comic who was like super into pot, and he flew in for the gig, and so he had to like find some, and it's pretty easy at a show. You just talk about it on stage, and then people come up to you afterward. And so that's what he did. And then, we had adjoining rooms at the hotel, and he gets back. It's like 2 a.m. and he ever come back, and I'm like, where the fuck were you? He's like, I just, one of these folks' house and got some pot. I was like, it was 3 hours ago. He's like, yeah. It turned out they wanted to talk. And it was just like this, 60-year-old couple who just wanted to talk to him about comedy, and he couldn't get out of there. And I was like, this is the most scared straight program I've ever heard.
Yeah.
The idea that you might end up in some it's not even about going, you had to go to a dangerous neighborhood to get your drugs. No, you had to go to some suburban people and just listen to them for 3 fucking hours. That's
even if free pot, I imagine, sucks, right? Here's a scenario I'm inventing in my head. Ooh, Steve talks about pot on stage. Steve likes pot. Steve, you want to hang out with me and my 3 buddies? We're going to smoke up. You probably think, ooh, that sounds fun. Then me and my 3 buddies, who have no personality to offer to this situation, say, Steve, private performance, please. Be funny. Now you're on stage again. Earn your tokes.
Yeah,
That is
it's funny you mentioned that, Woody.
what happened.
And that was, and when I got back, there were actually hookers waiting on me. So it was the night.
Oh, it was a good night. It all worked out in the end. Yeah.
That's a win.
But then the hooker at the thing. So it
Well,
was.
you can't just leave off at that. The hooker what?
I feel like I'm retelling stories, which seems kind of silly.
No,
but
I have not heard of this. The hooker had what? VD?
Okay, so I did not purchase these hookers. I would never do such a thing. But a
Of
hooker
course
was
not. You don't need to.
a hooker was purchased for me. I guess I did that night because Plan A had definitely fallen through. So I did not purchase this hooker, but a hooker was purchased for me, and I did not turn down said hooker. And because she was a very good-looking blonde lady, and I was okay. I'll have sex with you. So first things first, you got a picture. It's me, my friend, my cousin, and Jeremy. Jeremy with the issue, and so the whole trip, my friend Scott and I, my cousin, had been discussing this plot to find a transsexual hooker and sick her, if you will, on Jeremy. So he'd be like really into it because she's attractive, and then it would have a dick. And it'd be like a big fun joke, like, she got a dick, right? And we thought that'd be hilarious, but we weren't really going to.
Dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't going to go through with it. We just thought it was a really funny joke, and we talked about it semi-seriously. You know what I mean? So,
Do you mean you didn't go through with it out of principle, or you couldn't find a tranny hooker in time?
That was attractive.
Because you also started with this conversation with like, well, I'm not into hookers, but well, this one time one was purchased for me. And it's like,
Hey, Backpage
so you're not
is a hell
into
of a
it,
resource,
or
Taylor.
Only hooker
Backpage
story,
is a
I
hell of a
promise.
resource.
I promise. This is my only hooker story. So,
okay.
I'm trying to think. Get a little
Jeremy, tranny, fucking
Yeah,
hookers.
okay. So, you have to. My cousin and I have been discussing throughout this long road trip to Texas the possibility of getting this tranny hooker and sicking her on Jeremy. So that's in your minds now. So we have our hookers in tow. We go back up to our floor, and we just sort of barge into Scott's room where he's sleeping, and Jeremy's in there as well. And so, like, one of the hookers just hops in bed with him, and she's like, "Hey, baby," and blah blah blah. And she's like kissing him on the cheek, and he was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? All right." I was like, "Hey, Scott, you remember that special kind of lady we were going to get for Jeremy?" He goes, "What the fuck? What the?" He's just like chest puffed out. "What the fuck?" And he's looking from me to her and trying to decide who takes the beating first. Like, he's just like, somebody's going to fucking pay. Somebody's going to pay. And I'm like, he thinks you're a man. Prove it. Like, shows him her vagina, and it's like, all cool, man. But he was ready to blow. And like you said, it would have been a dangerous scenario to actually pull something.
Like I mean, I guess that stunt wouldn't work on me because the whole thing would be a non-starter. But a hypothetical single Woody would have had a good laugh with you guys. You know, but some guys, they respond violently to that thing.
Oh, yeah, some guys.
I think most guys would respond violently.
Really?
A lot.
All right, is it my turn to tell a fucking story yet?
No, it's done yet. So that was just an addendum. That was just like a little side chapter to my main story. So me and my hooker go back to the room. We start doing it or whatever, and it was really weak because she like wanted to like go down on me with like a condom on, which was like I was like,
what
oh,
in God's name is she doing? She's supposed to be a professional.
And I'm struggling, and she's like, is it gonna get harder than this? And I'm just like, all right, focus. So I like focus with all my willpower, and I
force the blood.
Yeah. Like focus with all my willpower, and I get the full master, whatever, and we go at it, and we get done, and she goes, "Oh no," and I'm like, I've never heard that in bed before. I was like, what? And I'm scared because I've never heard. Imagine like you just have complete or whatever and the deed is done, and some lady that you've never met before goes, "Oh no." I'm terrified, and I look down, and there's blood everywhere. I mean, a pool of blood, like you slaughter a goat at sacrifice. Like Satan would have accepted this. He totally would have. There's blood everywhere, all over my crotch area, my unit, my legs. There's blood everywhere.
My units, Jesus.
Who fucking uses that
My
term
piece
anymore?
My piece.
Big Jimmy and the twins.
Yeah. And she's covered with blood, to her credit as well, because she was on her period and she thought, I'll just put a diaphragm in to hold back the floodgates of
It's a
hell.
really shitty dam you've got.
So it
there.
looked like the shining elevator all over that room.
Hey, it could have been worse. It could have been no period. And
She's like, no one's ever been big enough to knock it loose before. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear that right now.
I appreciate your compliment, but we got to deal with these stains right
But
now.
I could see how embarrassed she was. I mean, she was a hooker, all right, but she wasn't like classless. She had enough dignity to be horrified by this situation. She was just completely embarrassed. She was like calling downstairs for more sheets and stuff and apologizing for all of that. Because I was like, you're gonna have to do something about those sheets because they're gonna think I killed somebody. Like, questions will be asked about this. Okay. Think
That's
ahead.
a lot of fucking
He's
blood.
like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You can't just check out and leave this kind of shit. And I'm just like, yes. So I made her call down. She got the new sheets and everything. She apologized. We had a little incident. They're very dirty, so be careful how you handle them. And there's, oh, I understand. Blah blah blah. And left. Actually, it was text. She's like, yes, I understand. So she left with the Rosemarita left with the sheets or whatever. And I kept picking on her. I was like, you know what? We're blood brothers now. We're blood brothers. So that was my hooker story. That was a really weird thing. And it got
Did
worse.
you get tested?
He had a condom on. He's
Well,
fine.
did you? The condom isn't some magical thing that keeps half gallon of blood from getting in places.
Well, he didn't start drinking it
It's
like
a
a
full
trough
body
and go,
condom.
oh, yeah.
He doesn't
blood."
have to.
I
He doesn't
been,
have to.
I have been tested since during my regular physical exams. to
How
make
many
sure-
open wounds do you have in your cock during intercourse, Kyle, where that would be an issue?
0.
That's the number to seek. Yeah, 0.
Yeah. I had an open wound. Would you I think you really got
certainly. If
like
there
if
was
you've got
blood
a
and open
button on
wound,
the side of that thing, you're just like, I don't know, weird lady I've never met before. It seems a little risky. No one does that. And that's insane.
Since we're on the gay topic, I brought a topic to the table I wanted to talk about since a couple states have recently gotten rid of their gay panic defense.
Did you maybe spray the electrode so it's not sparking?
Maybe it's some oxygen.
God damn it, Kyle.
Oh, that sucks. Oh well.
Did it work previously? I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you tested it. Yeah.
I shot a fucking potato and it went way over the neighbor's house.
Spark it. Oh shit! All right, we got a thing going on. You burnt.
Yeah, so it needed oxygen. And that was the
Wait!
problem.
It's still on fire. Don't spray it yet. I think. Am I looking at fire? That blue stuff?
Yeah.
It's flaming, right? Yeah.
No.
What are you using for the launching component?
Yeah. What's
a
in the
potato.
spray?
Deodorant.
Deodorant will clog the sprayer thing.
I mean, you ain't got a man-sized shit. Come on now, let's go get some lighter fluid.
This is the best fuel. Watch this shit. If it would fucking ignite, I swear to God, it's so powerful when it goes up.
This never happens.
I'm still watching, Kyle.
I got it. It was an erectile dysfunction joke. I got it. I'm with you. I see where. Yeah. Hit it
I
back.
knew one of the three of you in here were my target demo with that one.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't it be fucking cool if he shot a potato through that clown's chest and it went right through the door, and then you had Kitty come in and start
It's
bitching at
so
him?
fucking powerful. I swear to God.
We'll get this
Watch
thing.
this.
Get it going.
There's something about the fuel mix. It's not right. What? Because it's going to ignite right now, I bet.
I'm not seeing spark. I wonder if you need to like wipe off the arc or something. Nope.
Maybe. Okay, hang on.
I think you need to clean that, and then because the deodorant is sticking on it.
I've never made a
You did
potato gun, but this thing is
Your potato gun
totally
before the show.
it looks to make.
What'd you say, Wings?
I've never made a potato gun, but like looking at Kyle's, it would be retardedly easy to make. Like you could slap it together from a trip at Lowe's.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
You get a
It
grill
works
lighter.
easy.
You get a grill lighter from Walmart, actually, I think. Oh, my grill lighter seems to be
It seems to be malfunctioning. I was going to ask. You obviously the potato goes based off you igniting something and all that pressure shoots out of the barrel just like a gun. But do you not silicon like the potato lighter on top of the PVC?
I didn't want to because of stuff like this where you got to repair it and like wipe it off and stuff.
But you think you get a much more substantial shot?
Well, there's no pressure escape in here, or it would be burning me, or I'd feel it.
You think it's arcing now?
I know it's arcing now.
All right. Yeah, it is.
The only problem is the camera came off of it.
PKA episode 200, pulling out all the stops.
I think it'll do more than that next time.
Yeah, I think you have a balance. It's not clogging the thing. And...
God, that I sprayed that deodorant.
But it smells great in that room.
Oh, it smells. Oh, I'm pretty fucked up right now. There's a lot of fumes.
Right, I don't want to owe you money, and then suddenly, like, that's a danger. I don't want you owing me money, then, like, that's another problem in itself.
Right.
And,
They were pretty chill about that. I didn't feel like it was going to be a big thing. It was mostly just they weren't. Everybody, there were a lot of people with good sense of humor. Like some guy got his towel stolen one day, his bath towel, and you're assigned I think 3 brown bath towels. They're garbage. They remind me of the kind of chamois that you'd like dry your car off with, and like very not very absorbent, real rough, too. And pretty small. And if you like got them soaking wet and like wrung them out, brown liquid would come out because they were like, dyed brown. And it was pretty gross. And I always thought, like, I bet I'm just like rubbing a little bit of that brown dye on me every time I dry off. I'm never actually going to be clean while I'm in here. But you could buy your own towel from the commissary, and it was an okay towel. And I think it was sort of a cream color, and it was better. I don't remember what they cost. I didn't bother to buy one. But this guy's towel got stolen one morning, and he starts screaming, "God damn it, y'all! Who gonna steal my towel? My motherfucking towel was hung up right motherfucking here. I hope you know I've been drying my balls with that towel. I've been wiping my asshole with that towel. And now you gonna wipe your face with it? What the fuck is wrong with you?" And he goes on like this forever, and everybody's screaming at him, "Ain't nobody gonna bring your towel back. Just let it go. Let it go. They ain't bringing it back. Not that you done made a big deal." He's like, "I ain't making a big deal. Maybe you accidentally grabbed my towel. I hold no ill will toward you, towel man. Please bring me my towel." And I'm like, "God damn, I don't even. If you want one of mine, like he wanted it so bad." And then like 10 minutes later, he goes, "Excuse me, everyone. A little embarrassing. I found the towel. Sorry about all that."
That's pretty cool of him, though. Did people laugh? Like, how did it go?
Yeah, everybody's laughing their asses off at him. Yeah. He was all right. He was in my drug class. He sold crack on the outside.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, he was working on it.
Yeah, nice guy. He had gold teeth. Yeah, it was a
He was
interesting
a
little fella.
successful crack dealer.
He had a good sense of humor. Yeah, he really did.
You glossed over something else. The currency you said that you use in jail.
You said it was fish.
Mackerel fillets in a tear-off pouch. Like you can buy Starkist tuna in those pouches.
Is it like I don't know this pouch? I'm picturing like an Altoids tin. Am I close?
No. It's a metallic pouch that it's got a gusseted bottom, so it'll stand up, and then the top just
like a big Capri Sun.
Yeah, sort of like that. If you just Google like tuna pouch, like you'll see it. Like it's
why don't you use those as currency?
I think I don't know, but my best guess is that they were one of the more affordable items. They were 70 cents a pouch, and it's one of the fewer meat items that was on the commissary list. And it just seemed like, I don't know, that's how people did it. You know, they were like, I'll do this for 3 max. How many max you got? You know, it was always about how many max you had. And I didn't even, and I was just like, I don't have any max because they're fucking disgusting, and I don't want any either. I don't want any. Like I ate mackerel one time when I was there accidentally. My friend made me this bowl of food. It was like mashed potatoes, rice, and meat with like vegetables in it, like peppers and onions. And I'm eating it, and I thought it was chicken, and I'm like, when was the last time we had chicken? 4 days ago? I mean, he's eating it. He knows best.
I
guess.
Chicken has scales on it.
Yeah, I'm like, what's all this black connective tissue? I guess that's the bad part of the chicken, but I mean, who am I to? Beggars can't be choosers, you know. And I ate like 3 bites of it, and my next door neighbor goes, "You eating tuna?" And I'm like, "No, I'm eating mackerel." And I just
Mackerel is so
realized
cheap and shitty.
It is. It's actually really cheap. My girlfriend has those pouches. They're the Starkist pouches that you can just get those and eat them. But I would assume it's probably a more generic version of those in prison.
Absolutely. I wanted the chili that we had in there. It's Brushy Creek brand chili in a pouch. I loved it. It was fucking delicious, and I want to eat it on the outside now. It was so goddamn good.
Oh wow!
It was like $9 a bag to order some or something stupid. I think I found it for $4 a bag, but you had to buy a bunch of it too. And I'm thinking like it was $2.40 in prison. It was $2.40 in prison. How are you going to charge me $4 out here?
It's $4.40 on this website.
I was going to ask that, Kyle. So commissary prices. Let me back up a step. Prison income is very low. You guys are working sometimes, not you, but the guys are working for less than $1 an hour, I think.
8 cents to 20 cents an hour, somewhere in there, depending on the job.
So the prices in commissary, did they scale down at all, or would you find
up? Yeah, things were more expensive than they were in the grocery store.
Could be like 30 hours of work or more.
I wish I had a commissary list. I should have brought one because I didn't consider the prices. You may be able to look it up online, but I didn't really care because, like, you know, I'm going to spend what I'm going to spend. If I need toothpaste, well, we're going to spare no expense.
You got commissary money. Making it rain.
Yeah, I'm like you at the fucking movie theater. I'm just fucking Ike and Mike's, fucking Reese's Pieces. Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah, I want the large cherry Coke. So you know, like I remember I had this St. Ives like face moisturizer, and it was like $11 for this jar of it, like that big. And
What are you gonna not face moisturize?
Yeah, I'm not.
Prison. You gotta look your best.
I got a gay neighbor who I'm trying to impress.
You know, like, and nobody would like think twice about that because everybody did it. Everybody is like moisturizing and like trying to look their best.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting something together that's a little racist here. I think that black people are more moisturizing people.
Yeah,
Bill
they
Burr
grease
had a whole
up.
bit about that. About white people need to start using lotion because it'll do wonders for your skin.
I would, you know, there's no privacy. So without staring, you become very aware of your neighbor's daily rituals and like what they put on themselves and what they do and
I'm laughing
how
at your kerosene guy.
Yeah, I'm about to talk about him. That fucking Gregory Milton, the guy I bunked with, this 50-something-year-old black fella who's got a huge bald spot on top, and it's like bald here too. He's rubbing this shit in his hair. He's got 3 goddamn jars of it. It's called like Fresh Grow Organic Scalp and Hair Treatment or something like that. And I got a good look at it one day, and it looks like a clear gel with bits of plant matter in it. And he'd get himself a big goop of this shit and lather up, and he'd start rubbing it into his scalp and his hair, and it would wake me from my sleep.
Clear gel with bits of shit. It's like a chia pet baldness cure.
Yes.
He's trying to grow his hair
He's doing
back.
his best, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to grow his hair back.
Prison took everything from him, but it didn't take his ability to grow back his hair.
All right, silly. Greasing my bald head up. Gonna grow it back. Hell yeah. Super freak.
This
Gonna
guy
get out
narrates
this bitch.
everything he does.
He narrates his whole life. And mine.
How did it smell? It must have smelled.
It smelled like the big fat permanent markers that you can get high off of mixed with kerosene.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
It was a very chemically alcohol, like gasoline kind of smell, very potent. I think he could have gotten high off of it. It was awful, and he'd put it on 4 or 5 times a day at least.
Jesus.
Oh my god!
Because he worked out twice a day and and sometimes 3 times a day, and he was always just like coming back in to like wash up and put more on. Thank God he showered well because he stunk. He ate a lot, so he was maintaining like
country strong, maybe.
Yeah, you know, and he's in his 50s, so like, you know, he looked fun. He looked pretty good for being in his 50s.
You got a
and
dad
everything.
bod, yeah?
Yeah, I would say so. Like kind of a big chest, you know, like a muscular chest, but a little bit of a belly at the same time, and like you know, big shoulders. Not overweight, but not ripped or anything. He ate a lot, like always eating.
The most important question here: Did his hair grow when you were in?
No, if anything, he was losing it. He was.
That was
Because I got a
the guy
perfect
lost.
angle. I'm up above him in the top bunk, looking down at this back of this guy's head. He would just get up at night and stand there staring at his locker sometimes for like 10 minutes, and I'd just be like,
Yeah, what was he doing?
Here I am staring at my locker. Just staring at it. You know?
Can't go to sleep. Can't get away. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Staring at my
Life's a
locker,
big
thinking
joke.
about my cute white cellmate. I want to know about the commissary shit. Like obviously, it seems like most of it was like small time, just amenities. Like I need toothpaste, I need a toothbrush, I need Max. Was there any like really big dick stuff that if you
Big
were
ticket
walking
item.
back from there, they're like, he got a George Foreman grill, son of a bitch. Like any kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, sunglasses were $55. I had me a pair right away.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Men in Black style. Fucking, because I don't go out in real life without sunglasses. Like I always wear sunglasses, and that was a big problem for me when I first got there because I couldn't get the sunglasses right away because of the spending limit. I just didn't have enough money to get food, clothes, and sunglasses, so I had to wait a week to be able to get them. And my eyes were so goddamn bloodshot that the nurse tried to have me piss tested because my eyes looked like I was on drugs. And but the guard, I explained myself to the guard, and he was like, "Oh, all right, well get out of here then. You're not on drugs." I'm like, "Yeah." Can you tell? If I was on drugs, I'd really be enjoying it, though. I wouldn't be this upset if I were on drugs. I'd love some drugs, but I'm not. I'm not on any drugs.
Did you partially get the glasses just to rank up your RPG character to make yourself look a little more senior in there?
No, I thought they made me look goofy because there were those lame like Nike sports sunglasses. I wore them for like sun protection.
I pictured like Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Like, am I off?
Yeah, I would have loved Ray-Ban Wayfarers. That's what I wear in real life.
That's what I choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
no,
most expensive thing you could get at the commissary?
I think it may have been the MP3 player. The MP3 player was probably close to $100, and the radio was like $70. And I got a good pair of headphones. I think the brand is Core, Korr, and they were like $30 or something like that. So your headset and radio of choice would be around $100 to $120. So they would get stolen occasionally. People would steal them, and
But
I kept.
So like, how'd you get music on it? Like, you know?
Yeah, you go to the computer and you download whatever you want, like gangster
really?
rap or whatever. Yeah, I used a radio.
Or?
How does it?
I didn't get into that because I used a radio. I didn't care to like.
How does it get
I just
stolen? Like in my head, I take
What do you mean,
yours.
how's it get stolen?
Let me explain. I take Kyle's stuff. Well, there's Kyle's shit sitting by my bed. Like if I'm gonna
your shit
steal
looks
from
like
someone,
well, it's not like you get different brands or colors,
and you
All of them
can't
look the same.
distinguish it. You can't like take a Sharpie to it or a
Scratch it.
scratching.
That'd be smart to do, but this
Well,
guy
also-
hadn't done that.
Also, though, like if you left, for example, let's say you left your MP3 player like on your bed, could somebody else get into your cell while you were gone?
Oh yeah, there's no cells. These are bedrooms separated by block walls that don't go to the ceiling. Like you just walk right in. There's no door to your cell at all.
Got it.
So so you lock your fucking locker. I locked my locker up. I mean, for one thing, like I didn't get along too well with much. I mean, I hit one of the fucking teachers. I don't think they liked me very much there at that high school.
What
I
did
think
they do to you for you to hit them?
Nothing. It was 100% unprovoked. I did it on a dare. I Donkey Konged him. I haven't told you about Donkey Konging Mr. Cawthon.
No,
I don't
tell
think
me
so.
about it.
I got a shop teacher named Mr. Cawthon. He's 6'4", maybe like 160 pounds, really skinny guy. But he's like 40 years old. He's balding on top. I got a real Southern accent. And he's the leader of our shop class. It's woodworking, masonry. We build gazebos for
This guy sounds
auctions
cool.
and stuff. He's cool enough, actually. He
Yeah,
really
right?
is. He was very nice to us despite shit like this. And so there was this rap song that one of my friends listened to. He listened to like underground, like Atlanta rap. And this rapper would always talk about Donkey. In one of the songs, he's talking about Donkey Kong and hoes. And like there's that part of the rap song where they stop rapping and you like hear them smoke like yo, and then they start like talking, yo man, and like going back and forth, and they get into this thing about Donkey Kong and them hoes. And the first guy was like, yeah, man, I just got out of jail because I hit my girl and, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nah, man, you don't hit those girls in the face. You Donkey Kong that hoe. You hit her in the top of her head so the police don't see no bruise. And it's just a ridiculous rap song about you basically make a fist. And you know how Donkey Kong's got a hammer and he hits you with a hammer. Top of the head. just top of the head with the bottom of your hand, you know, with the meaty part, not with a knuckle or anything. It's a jolt. Like you're like, whoa, what the fuck happened? And so we were doing it to each other as a joke at first. And then I would just start doing it to random people in the hallways. And it became kind of a joke. I was like, I'll do it to anybody. I don't fucking care. I think it's funny. And they were like, I bet you won't do it to Mr. Coffin. And I was like, I will fucking do it to Mr. Coffin. I don't give a shit. And they're like, you won't do it. You won't do it. Double dog dare you, mother. And keep in mind, I'm like 16 years old. And so like, I walk up to Mr. Coffin's podium as the class is starting, and he's like, you know, you guys get on the masonry, and you need to get on the shingles on the gazebo. And Myers, what are you doing today? And I just went, Donkey Kong, and hit him in the top of the head real fucking hard. I hit him real fucking hard in the top of the head, so much so that he went like that, and he just froze and looked at me like with just hate in his eyes. And I thought he was going to hit me, and I was getting ready to fight. Maybe I didn't know what was going to happen. And he just grabbed me by the arm. He's like, come to my office. And he told on me. He went and fucking told on me.
Of course he did. He can't let that precedent be set that you just wrap people on top of the head.
He should have hit me. If to be honest, if he'd have smacked me in the head, like no matter what he did, he could have hit me in any way he wanted, been straight. No problem
cost
at all.
him his whole career.
Nah, I wouldn't have said shit. So,
your dad be on his side.
So they suspend me for like 2 days or whatever. And my dad made fun of him afterward. Pussy, pussy. He went so long. There were a couple incidents like that with my dad and teachers. But anyway,
God,
like
what a rabble-rousing little bastard you were.
I don't know why I did it. They were just telling me I wouldn't, and I just knew I would, and they just kept saying I wouldn't, and I was fuck it, I'll do it. I just don't fucking care. The other one was I had another teacher, and it was so like the other I had missed 6 days of his class, and if you miss more than 5, you just fail. And he had written in the book, and so like I didn't know it, but I had missed 6 days out of just his class. And he didn't know it either. So the paperwork goes through. I get my report card, in the summertime for the past year, and I failed a class. And this is going to like fuck up my like graduation time. Like it's going to be cutting it close. I can only fail so many. And so like I told my dad about it, and he's all upset. And it just so happened that the teacher shot skeet with us, sporting clays. And so we're all at the sporting clay place. We're about to meet up, and it's myself, and it's the teacher who's failed me accidentally, and it's two more men who know both me, the teacher, and my father. And they start fucking with the teacher. Like this one guy, his name's Bart, and Bart has a stutter. He's about 40 years old, and he's very, very much from the South. You ought not have done that. You ought not have failed that, boy. I tell you right now. Lamar Myers whoop a man's ass over something like that. I've seen him do it. I've seen him put a terrible ass whooping on a man for not nothing. Damn it, I wouldn't have done that. And they just keep doing this to him. Like 2 or 3 guys are just telling the teacher, like, you shouldn't have done that. Lamar's mad. He's pissed. He's on the way over here.
Did he fail
Dad
you
doesn't know anything
accidentally?
about this shit. He's not upset. He wouldn't beat up a teacher over a grade. He don't fucking care. So like Dad pulls up, and the teacher has this in his head. He meets my dad at his truck and is like looking in the window. Hey there. Hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm going to straighten all this stuff out with Kyle and his grades and everything. I'm going to make sure he's doing okay. And his dad's like, all right, then that sounds good. But they got in his head so bad and got him so scared. We were talking about the fatties on Tumblr and how they take their pictures at certain angles, to hide the fact that they're fat.
Mm-hmm.
I once had this happen to me. I was driving down to Florida to buy my boat, actually. I think I was in Jacksonville. And I posted online. I was like, hey, I'm going down to Jacksonville. What's fun to do in town? And some girl replied, me. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I like start talking to this girl, and we start texting back and forth. And she appears to be very attractive. And she's...
I'm sorry, Kyle. That wasn't meant to interrupt you.
It's okay. I thought it was like a crisis lockdown mode. I
thought you were
checking.
freaking out or something because you grabbed your head like this, and then you started typing. I'm like, is he?
You were like, ah.
I was like, I have stories, and I have stories that are so awesome. I've been sitting on them, waiting to tell them. Carry on.
Okay, hold your horses. So her pictures are very nice. It's like that picture when you're laying at the beach and you take a picture and it's like your tits and your legs and your kind of your crotch from an angle and the beach in front of it.
I'm a big
and it's
fan.
like her face and big, huge tits. And I think I even sent you guys the pictures of these tits, and everybody was like, "Bravo, the titties!" You know, they were massive. And she had a very, very pretty face, and she was blonde, and she looked like she was like maybe 19 years old or so, and I think I was like 24 at the time or so, something like that, 25. And so I was like, yeah, I'm at this hotel, blah, blah, blah. So we'd already really established what was going to happen. You know, this wasn't like a first date. We were going to go hook up at the hotel or whatever. And I'm like texting back and forth. I'm like, yeah, okay. She's like, I'm in the parking lot. I'm like, okay, all right, good. I'm looking at my window trying to find her. And I'm like the third floor. And I'm just like, okay, what are you driving? She's like, red car. And I'm just like, all right, I see that. That's kind of a burgundy. I don't know. That's a red car. I don't think somebody's in it. Yeah, they're just sitting there. Okay. Oh, are you sitting in your car right now? I was like, yeah, I'm sitting in my car. I'm like, well, come on up, third floor, like room 317. She's like, okay, I'm coming. And I like see the door open to the car, and she gets out, and I'm just like, no. I was like, are you walking now? Did you get out of your car? And then I see the girl out there pick her phone up and go, and it goes, yeah, I'm walking in now. And I'm just Mother.
Do you hear the ground shaking? I'm walking in now.
Oh, you shouldn't have given the room number until you saw her.
Right?
Should have met in the lobby.
That's what I was thinking. And like now me would literally be like, nah, fuck no. Or at least play the coward and get the fuck out of that room and split. You know, one or the other. I would do that
But
now.
what did then you did? Let's hear this.
I was just like, shit. And she just kept walking, and she's like walking right under my window, and I'm looking down from 35 feet up, and I'm just like,
about to throw yourself out.
She's real big. She's large.
But
She
she's
is
like Newt Gingrich-esque in size.
You know, she's in the
like
same.
Jurassic Park water shaking every time she takes a step.
Not quite that big. I'm gonna say she's 200 to 220, somewhere in there, and she's short. She's like 5'4", 220 pounds, or something like that. But she's got massive boobs, and her face is still kind of cute. So then she's just in the room, and
So
I'm
you
just
hate it
like,
anyway.
No. And so we're in the room, and it's just super awkward. And I don't know. I don't have the skills at this point in my life to be like, to turn this woman down, to be like, you gotta go. It's not that I don't want her to go. It's I don't know how to get rid of her. I don't have the skills to do it. So she was just like, I want to do this, and we should do that. And she's like, get into bed. And I was just like, you could suck my dick like that would just. Let's just do that. All right, let's just do that.
Let's do that with the lights off.
It's not an option in this sexual activity.
If we just did that, and then I'm getting kind of tired. I'm thinking I'm gonna lay down, just catch
You
a
have
few.
to make it seem like a natural thing.
Tonight, we'll go out. We'll go out. You ever been to Morton's? You ever been to Morton's? Because I feel like losing $300. Let's do it. Let's go. I got plenty of do this.
We should have been like, have you ever heard of Morton's? So I'll meet you at the Golden Corral after.
I'll meet you at Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I love Morton's. I go there all the time whenever there's one in the city. I like to take
a
dates.
nice woman there, nice date.
I
Yeah.
like to take a nice date to Morton's. It's not like
So what eventually
Not
ended
someone
up
who's going to
happening
put
with
Morton's out of business.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I was.
want to know
I'm sorry. What's that, Taylor?
with the semi-fat girl. Did she just leave eventually, or what'd you do?
My dick, and I told her I had to get some sleep, and that I would pick her up in a few hours, and we would go to Morton's, or go out to dinner. I think the Morton's thing was a different fat girl who showed up on me, who I bailed on in a different way. But basically, I just stopped replying to her text messages, and they became more and more hostile until I was like, you know what you did? Your pictures are of you years ago, somewhat thin. I'm not attracted to people who weigh more than I do.
I don't fuck liars.
Well, I let him just only once.
I think I literally said like you misrepresented yourself, and I don't like that. If you had been, I think I even said something along the lines of, if you'd been upfront with me, then this would have all been fine, and maybe we could have gotten to know each other. But now I just don't know where to go from here. So we ended on that kind of
taken away by your
Another
fucking
time I was
lies.
in Texas in a very similar scenario, and she drove one of those cubes. I don't know who makes them. Is it a Nissan Cube?
I
Or
know the one though. The toasters, etc.
Yeah, Toyota, maybe. It's one of those really cube-shaped cars. So she this thing. I was actually staying in a really nice hotel, and like the guy comes and opens the door for me, and I hop in the car and I give him a couple dollars, and that distracts me for a moment because I get down in the car and there's a man there to shut it on me and look, and she's large and in charge again. I've been fooled again. And this is like a year afterwards. And with her, I literally just like texted my friend to call me. And when he called me, I was like, I just like did my side of a conversation, and I could
horrible an emergency.
Yeah, I could hear him on the other side, like laughing his ass off because he knew what was up. And I was like, what? The film's ruined. All of it. All day's work, man. Do you know how much it's gonna cost me? This is thousands. Oh, they've got lights? Well, they've got enough lights? Like stadium style. Oh. Well, shit, we gotta go back tonight then, right? Like right now. And it's a 2-hour drive, but let's fucking get this done. Come on, I'll be right back. And I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. Like, I wish we could have.
Yeah.
Is it time for my story yet?
All my film, all the cards are ruined. And I got to drive 2 hours back out there into the Texas wilderness, but they got lights set up for me, so we're gonna get it done. What are you doing tomorrow? It was just like, I'm in Atlanta tomorrow.
I've got your number. We'll be in touch.
And that was, and when I got back, there were actually hookers waiting on me. So it was the night.
Oh, it was a good night. It all worked out in the end.
That's a win.
But then the hooker, the thing.
So while we're staying in the bathroom with this, have you ever walked into a gas station bathroom, something like that, and someone has literally pooped everywhere? Like, they have shat.
They gave their calling card with like a napkin writing shit cursive.
All right, whoa, that's not that. I'm talking about a realistic scenario that I've encountered.
I've seen that
half a dozen times at least throughout my travels, where they shat on the seat, on the toilet. What's the top part of the toilet? The part that holds the water. The tank. They have shat on the tank. They have shat on the seat. There's shit on the wall around the toilet. There's shit on the floor. Have you ever encountered
take
this?
a shit, and you're like, oh fuck, what should I do?
I have encountered that, and it is not.
Now, has anyone ever been the perpetrator?
No.
Of shitting on the floor somewhere.
Yes. All over the wall on the
Kyle,
toilet.
have you done this?
Yes. Let me explain how this happens, and you're gonna be on my side. It was a 9-hour drive. I usually go to the bathroom in the mornings. It didn't happen this morning for some reason. Just wasn't gonna happen. So I'm loaded up. I'm a loaded gun. And an hour after starting the drive, I'm like, man, I wish I could have went. I gotta go now. I hate using public restrooms. I could count the times that I have pooped in a public restroom on both hands easily, no problem. I've done it maybe 6 times ever. This was the 6th time. So I drive along. I get like 3/4 of the way home. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. This is so bad. I'm getting cramps. This is horrible. I'm feeling like pinching pains in my intestines. I have to go. So I go into the bath. I pull over, go into the gas station, and it seems like my brain is telling my body that like it's almost time. It's almost time. So it's getting worse. I really gotta go now. It's worse. And every step I take, I'm like, I gotta like press my ass cheeks together at this point. I'm like, I gotta get in here, but I'm trying to play it off. I don't want to like run into a gas station bathroom. Everybody knows I'm taking a shit. I don't want that. It's embarrassing to me. So I kind of casually walk in, kind of look at the sunglasses, and the whole time I'm sweating.
Oh my god, dude, just go.
Yeah, no, because the bathroom is like within eyes. The cashier can see the bathroom, and there's a customer dealing with the cashier. So I kind of like casually walk in there, and immediately like I'm operating that lock like I'm fucking James Bond or something, like locking that thing up. I'm over there trying to get my belt off. I'm working on it. I look in the toilet. The toilet is filthy. The toilet is covered in piss, and I'm like, I do not have time to clean the piss off of this toilet.
You would have had you not gone sunglass shopping.
No. And even if I do, I really don't want to clean someone else's piss. That's bullshit.
I doubt the person working there wants to clean your shit off the floor either.
No one does. And I didn't intend for that to happen. So what I said was, I'm going to hover. In my mind, I immediately went to all the stories I've heard of women talking about hovering. You know, when they pee. I'm totally going to hover. I'm totally going to hover. Oh, I did spread them. Yeah, totally. I'm going to hover. Going to spread the butt cheeks a little bit. Going to take this nice and slow, and it's going to be easy.
I would stare right down in that piss without giving a fuck.
My lower intestines content was under high pressure. I'm talking about at least.
It came out and it hurt regularly.
At least 100 psi, and it was a lot. It was like if you took a quart-sized Ziploc bag and you filled it up with brownie mix, and then you cut the corner, and then you sat it on the counter, and then you just smashed it as hard as you could. That's what happened, and I couldn't stop. It was just go time. It was go time, and I'm just like, I recover. I wipe myself, and I look, and I'm like, I have destroyed this bathroom. This toilet needs to be replaced, not cleaned. It needs to be burnt. They need to throw a firebomb in here. This needs a
So what did you do after the fact, Kyle? Did you go buy some sunglasses and a drink and then leave?
I did not buy anything. I got my pants on, made sure that there wasn't like reflected poop on me anywhere, anything like that. Got my shit together, took a deep breath, which kind of started to get a little sick at that point because that bathroom smelled horrible. And I made a beeline for that door, and I was gone. And as I was leaving, I saw someone walking toward it, and I was in my car, like it was like, and I'm gone. I'm going down the road. I'm
smoking tires, entering the freeway.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't even want to know what kind of car the shit bandit was driving. So as insane as it looks when you encounter that scenario, you're like, what motherfucker would do this? This disgusting son of a bitch. I have to say, it does occasionally happen, and there's no way around it.
It doesn't occasionally happen.
Kyle, you bought a Spork. Did you show it to the show already? I remember you telling us about your Spork. I am thinking,
why?
I'm in the market for a Spork, and I wonder,
could possibly be.
Look at this Spork. It unfolds like a tent pole. Is it a long Spork? Would you call it? I think it's a normal length Spork is what I'm seeing.
Why did you buy that?
Yes, why did you buy a collapsible Spork? I know you don't really like camping.
I want something expensive and yet worse than traditional utensils.
I wanted a Spork. I wanted a Spork in my life.
I just wanted,
I wanted a Spork in my life.
Spork in your life.
I wanted a Spork in my life.
So you can eat soup inefficiently. Why?
Don't judge me. Okay, the Spork is the perfect utensil. First of all, the Spork dominates the spoon. It dominates the spoon. If it's in here, as long as I can remember how to put it in there, I don't right now. But I've got instructions over there somewhere. Where are they? Where are my instructions? Yeah, here they are.
You need instructions for a Spork?
I'll memorize it eventually. I don't do this hard. There's a special way to that way. Okay, yeah, it's like this. It's like this. Yeah, it's easy to forget. There's like 3 different ways for things to go. You
looks like there's one way for it to go.
Well, you're dumb. That just shows how dumb you are. Clearly,
yeah,
I mean,
clearly,
you don't know how to use.
I won't be able to.
Clearly, you don't know how to use a collapsible Spork. You haven't been trained yet, but I'm
But why?
Shit.
You fucking idiot.
Why? It goes in. Look, it went in there. It went in. Yeah.
No. Lift it back up. Lift it back up. That shit did not go in. That shit absolutely did not go in. All right. All right.
Hang on, let's go back to instructions.
You fucking retard.
The Spork.
Hang on.
But I just blown away. But why?
Why did you buy us? I'm in the market for a Spork.
You can't possibly be in the.
I am. I do all this moto camming.
I got it.
No, hold it up on the screen so we can confirm that it's sliding gracefully into the holster.
Hang on. It's right in there. Yeah, look at that. Bam.
Look at that. Look at how much time you saved.
Nailed it. All right.
And look, it hooks onto your keychain so you can take it anywhere, right? So now this is part of my life. I'm a Spork man now.
I'm
a motorcycle guy.
I'm a zipper lighter thing, but he went with the Spork. So what made you buy a Spork, Kyle?
Man, I'm just buying stuff for my trip to Colorado, and I was thinking, I'm probably gonna eat some cheesy potatoes or something. I'd like a Spork for that, and it'd be pretty cool, be pretty chill. I think everybody would be blown away if I was just like popped over my Spork,
Everyone's they'll certainly be blown away.
You know, like I bought all sorts of things. I got my lighter.
Now that is sick. That is sick.
Pimp, yes.
Yeah, I got myself a Zippo there for lighting things.
Shit, I want one of those.
Colorado.
Will you be able to have a knife?
One of one.
When your probation's over?
Yeah, I can have knives, swords, black powder weaponry, cannons,
that's right,
mortars,
swords,
bows, arrows, ninja weapons, shuriken.
How about that thing Worf has?
Oh, the Batleth. Oh,
Yes.
the Batleth is already being made. Don't worry. I found a $900 Batleth on Etsy. I'm going to be a student of the blade. Okay. Champion.
I just looked up what a Batleth is. That's okay. I was going to make fun of it. This is actually pretty cool.
Zach, can you help us out with the Zach?
I've been training my Batleth technique since I was a young man. Okay, like trust
He's
me.
using a wooden Batleth right now.
How do you use it? You hold it and then like occasionally like swing it out.
Well, it depends. It depends. You know what
kind of foe you're facing. I'm sure.
It would depend on the foe and what kind of weaponry he has.
What if he has a spork?
What race he is? And by that I don't mean color. I mean like literally.
Yeah, if it's a Bolian or a
Klingon or
you know another Klingon warrior, perhaps.
How long is your spork? Is it longer than the utensils in your drawer?
I think so. I don't have like a.
I'm shopping for a spork. I bought utensils. I'm not sure I love them.
It is like full length. Like it's at least as long as like a standard like implement.
When you're camping, have you ever seen the dehydrated food that campers get?
Yes.
Okay.
In that bag. Yeah.
In that bag. And if you don't have a long utensil, then you get it on your fingers and your knuckles and stuff as you finish it off. So I'm not sure your spork's long enough. I don't know.
Yeah, you wasted. How much was the spork?
It was $30, wasn't it?
Fuck, I don't know. I can look real quick on my Amazon. I don't think it was 30. I think it was probably more like 15. I used to have one of those titanium sporks, but I think
kicking yourself for losing it, right?
I literally am.
It was $30. I'm looking at it on Amazon. It's totally I can see the package it came in. It's that $29.95.
Woody, I would not spend $30 on a spork.
I know you would spend $29.95 on a spork.
There's no way I would do that. I'm looking at my past purchases. Let's see. I spent $80 on light bulbs yesterday.
Well, that's reasonable. You need light.
Well, I mean, it's 4 light bulbs. You saw that light bulb. It's fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's that one I found on Reddit that look. It's $30. It's $29.95. Well, you know what? When you're in the market for a good sport, expense is
money's no object.
Money's no object. You're just like, hey, I need a good sport, in my life, and
you'll be able to give that to your grandchildren.
I'll be able to.
You won't.
I mean, unless there's like rubber thing that like allows it to do this bendy shit, just breaks after like 30 uses.
$30, it'll never break.
10 years later,
you didn't fold it right. The spoon part has to be in the middle. Remember the way you did it before the spoon? No, turn it towards the camera. Yeah, see, you have to put the middle part. The spoon has to be the middle part. You got to do the two fold.
Taylor's figured out how to operate a spork. You would see.
The spoon is absolutely not the middle part. It's like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, evidence is on my side with the slide in.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Immediately evident. Like a fucking Rubik's Cube for assholes.
Looking stupid.
I got it.
No.
What?
Certainly.
Woody, who's the star of Home Alone?
Don't engage.
I'll let you know as soon as you finish that fucking sport.
Yeah. I'll keep my hands up and then say his name after you put that. You're giving up, aren't you? He's got me forever now. Macaulay Culkin, Kyle. It's Macaulay Culkin.
Down, and then this goes back. And then
he's putting the spoon in the middle, Taylor.
There's only 3 movable
parts. You'd be surprised. But they can each go 2 ways. There we go. So look at that. There we go.
Look at how convenient that was.
You just keep these with you, and you don't have any problem, right? You just always keep these on you. Look, I got these handy pockets right here. Bam. Boom. Never will be an issue. I won't. You never know when there's money in a pocket like this.
It's like a bomber jacket. Is that what that's called?
Zach found a great extendable dinner fork for dessert long-handled fork cutlery. It's 25 inches long. I want this. I just wish it was a spork instead.
Yeah,
of
pull
a
that at the
fork.
campfire and start shoveling some fucking food in.
Dude, I would fucking pull that out at dinner time and flex on everybody. Show them.
All right, I kind of want it now. That's fucking.
If you go to that Amazon listing, go to the third photo in the Amazon listing, and it shows someone like stealing a dumpling off someone else's plate.
I'll have that.
Oh, I'll have it.
I'll have some of what is it? It's telescoping, isn't it?
I'll have what.
Oh shit! It's telescopic. I just realized that it's a. Zoop.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
It
that's
gets
kinda
so
cool.
long. Like,
And they don't have spork options, unfortunately.
Shit, you can save 5%. That's incalculable.
It's only $10.79. Dude, utensil talk needs to be a 10-poll topic on this show.
Next week, all utensils, 4 hours. Get ready, boys. Chopstick hour. All right, that's coming. That's coming. Okay. Other utensils,
Forks, spoons, chopsticks, and the rest.
Knives.
Never
forget the knife. You ever see one of those things you use to like shave butter? It's like a little little thing that's like it's kind of like a cheese grater, but it's in a little scoop form. You'll shave a little butter on there and
With the
spread
wire
it.
on there.
Yeah.
Like a cheese cutter almost. Yeah.
Have I ever told you guys when we sent the prostitute to my cousin's room to mess with him? That time. All right. So here's the. Stop me if I've done this.
Prostitute stories from you. I don't know.
That's unsettling. There haven't been that many prostitutes in my life, but so here's what happened. We were going on this road trip, and we were kind of conspiring against my friend Jeremy. We were always talking behind his back about potentially getting a transsexual prostitute to like basically paying her and then having her go and flirt with him and put on just flirt with him all night, basically. Not go to bed with him necessarily because something crazy could happen, but flirt with him and then make him like her and then reveal that it's a transsexual, as a big, gotcha, Jeremy. We thought that'd be a funny joke. So it never came to fruition, but we did have those two prostitutes. So what we did was we went up to my cousin Scott's room. We talked to the girls first and explained this whole situation to them. And so we opened Scott's room, we go in, and he's asleep in the bed. And this really good-looking brunette prostitute crawls into bed with him. And she like puts her arm around him, starts kissing him on the cheek. And he's kind of waking up. He's just all asleep. He's like, oh, yeah, all right then. All right, hey, what's going on here? This is pretty nice. I woke up and there's a random hot chick in my bed now. Like, what are you guys doing here? And I'm like, hey, Scott, remember that special kind of lady that we were going to find for Jeremy? And I kind of nodded at the girl. And it took him about 1 full second to process. And he just goes out of the bed. He's fucking like fist. He looks at the girl. He looks at us, girl, us, and he doesn't know who to attack first. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What did you do?
The whole time is his boxers like wilting. A little bit.
There's no need to fight anyone in this situation.
Oh no, he feels completely violated. He feels like a man just crawled in his bed and started making out with him, and he is enraged.
What happened?
yeah, exactly. Ready to kill. So she quickly had to show him her pussy. We quickly had to be like, just fucking with you, and he calmed down. But he was ready to just put on a.
Okay, you were fucking with them. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been so mean spirited if you actually sent them in there, but.
Yeah, I know. That's why we were planning it for Jeremy. We thought it was a really mean-spirited, awful thing to do to someone. And, he can handle that sort of thing. He's got a rough life to begin with.
Every now and then, I have gone on the road with like a comic I don't know, and they're like hard to talk to. And that's so weird to me because most comics have opinions about everything. They might be terrible opinions. We will talk shit about anything. You could tell me something I've never heard about before, and I'll instantly have an opinion about it. Like, I may be being a dick about it, but it's a conversation. And if I'm ever on the road with someone who like I can't talk to, I'm just like, how are you ever going to make it as a comic? Like, I don't understand. You're not a professional communicator, as you said, Woody.
Obama used to say that about his senators. He's like, by and large, everyone who is a senator up here has won a popularity contest. So, mostly, they're pretty nice guys to spend time with. He's like, but every once in a while, it's like, how did you get this job? How did you become senator? Because that happens too.
Yeah, I guarantee that's how it is in politics. The same way it is in sales, like Kyle would know. Where you're like, man, you got a bunch of people who are really qualified and good at talking to people and getting them rolling on certain thought patterns. But then every once in a while, there's a blithering retard that finds his way into that
Rich
position.
Donville. I still remember that motherfucker's name.
Rich Donville, the fucking blithering retard of the car dealership.
Dude, he needed the money too. That was the worst part. If I sold 12 cars a month, I was swimming in cash. I had so much money as a 19-year-old. You know, it was just so much extra money because I had no bills. It was just free money.
Mm-hmm.
Rich had a family. He had a wife and like 2 kids, and he had like gotten fired from like a real job. Like, I don't know what he did before, but he had all of his old suits from his old job, and like he'd come in there with his hair all slicked back and the dark circles that got darker every day under his eyes, and his suits that got more and more wrinkled by the
don't
day.
respect me eyes.
Picture Gil. Was it Gil from The Simpsons?
Yes, it's Gil from The Simpsons. Oh, Gil's gonna get him this time.
Oh, Gil, this is the day where you're going to bring it home. Shelley's been telling you, Cheryl, or whoever's been telling you for so long that it's not going to work.
Oh,
you're
going to
get
sell a car
together
today,
now,
Gil. You're going to sell a car today, and Kyle's not going to steal your chair. Wrong on both counts, Rich. Wrong on both counts. You ain't selling shit, and I'm stealing your car because I'm 19 years old. I don't give a fuck.
My favorite people in the world are comedians, and my least favorite people in the world are comedians. I would still rather talk to those least favorite people in the world than like someone who can't fucking tell a story.
This motherfucker was about to sell a car one day. Well, maybe not. He was at the point of a car sale where you have a customer sitting at your desk. You are going back and forth to a manager with the numbers, right? They're like, I don't think I want to pay that, but I would pay this. And he's like, well, hell, I'll go see what the manager says. And he's like walking back over with the papers. So while he's doing that, I'm watching discreetly from my desk with my best buddy. And I'm like, watch this shit. And so I sort of walk over to his desk, and our desks aren't in like offices. They're in like a big common space. And and the customers are a bit distracted. They're looking at an SUV that's behind them. You know, we're in a showroom, so there's cars parked all around us. So they're kind of looking back at, I think maybe even the car they were thinking about buying. And when they do, I just casually walk by, grab his fucking office chair, the salesman, and leave with it. And I don't just put it behind the next desk. I fucking leave with it. It's gone. It's on the other end of the showroom behind a fucking Honda or some shit. And
You're
then
such an asshole.
it's gone. So now he comes back to his desk and he's like, well, I got some, where the fuck is my chair? And you can tell he's just so awkward because he doesn't have a chair now, but he wants to present these numbers. You can tell he's been thinking about what he's going to say when he gets back to this desk. He's got it. I'll say this.
Oh,
and
this
that,
poor
bada
guy.
boom, bada bing. And now this massive wrench has been thrown into the works. That is the fact that he doesn't have a fucking chair. He can't even sit with them. So he just awkwardly stands there, sort of leaning on the desk. And we're just watching, just melting down, laughing our asses off because he didn't belong there.
This is the guy with all the kids that you're fucking with?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Those hungry kids.
Kyle, do you know how he eventually killed himself? Or you
Yeah.
never did?
Yeah, it was pills.
My God.
It's sad.
Some carbon monoxide
Nah, he
poisoning
didn't
from
kill
some car
himself.
he couldn't
It's
sell.
still
No.
sad. It's like he did.
Well, we had to push him out, you know, like it's like I don't know what to describe it as. You know, it's like we're in the ocean and everybody's sort of kicking and treading water for survival, and we've only got 8 gallons of water because that's all Mom put in the boat. And you just look over there and you're like, that guy is really having a hard time treading water.
You should check under the stairs. There might be more water.
I think that maybe if he were to die today, we'd all have more water, and maybe the Coast Guard finds us. And that was the situation with Rich. There was only so much water.
So if I understand this right, You're 19. You have so much money, more than you know what to do with. You're so fabulously rich.
I'm just buying paintball stuff.
Yeah,
that I don't have time to use.
So what you should do is bully this poor guy with a wife and children who's having a hard time. He's at a real low point in his life, so that you can have more Coast Guard water or something.
That's exactly what we did, and he was moved from sales, quote unquote. He was actually told that he was not going to be selling cars anymore because he couldn't sell cars. He was never going to be able to sell cars. He was wasting his time there and just prolonging the slow death that is a bad car salesman's life. And so they moved him to like this internet department. So then he worked for us as like a secretary, which was much better. Now he would like butter customers up over the internet, and then he would come to someone like me and he's like, all right, Kyle, this guy's coming in to look at this truck. He can do this, this, and that. And then I'd sell him a fucking car because I can do that. And he just couldn't do it. He was never going to make it. We were putting him out of his misery while entertaining ourselves because we were working fucking 80 hours a week.
Woody, I think what you missed in the story, the moral of the story is that Kyle's a hero.
Yeah, there's an act of kindness where he saved this guy from making more money.
I saved lots of people from making more money. And yeah, absolutely. No, he wasn't gonna sell him a car because he couldn't sell him a car. What he was doing was wasting water. He was wasting customers, and we all hated that. Like you're not gonna sell every customer a car, but there's a percentage of failure at which point you're just like, dude's just dribbling it all. Remember when Frodo? I hope Taylor's here in this part. Remember when Frodo and Sam are climbing up the fucking mountain of doom at the end, and
don't spoil it.
And Frodo's out of fucking water, and Sam's like, "Here, have some of mine." And Frodo grabs Sam's water, and he like spills it all down his chin. He's wasted a huge amount of the few drops they have left. That was Rich. Rich needed to go, and so we got rid of him. And we did that to lots of people. If somebody came in and they were good at car sales, we couldn't fuck them up. If I took a good salesman's fucking chair, he'd have come in there like the Fonz and like slid on the desk or something, or he'd have told them all to come with him. Rich had a meltdown by the end of that day. Like he got pissed. He got all red faced. Like, oh, where's my chair? People are taking my chair. Get out of here, Rich. Go back to the BBC.
I gotta say, Kyle, I wasn't on your side until the Lord of the Rings analogy, and now I get it.
Yeah, now you understand.
Didn't understand it then, but now I get it.
Circle of life. There's only so much water. There's 25 fucking people drinking out of it. They add a 26th person, and if that person can't fucking drink without dribbling it down their chin, we don't want them there.
Doesn't matter that Kyle had more water than he knew what to do with. I
earned every drop of it.
When I bought a car, the salesman, like I had walked in going, here's the car that I want. I saw that it's on your lot. I'd like to buy it. And they were like, do you want to test drive it? I'm like, I've driven one before. I'm sure it's fine. I'd like to get in and out of here as quickly as possible. They already had the sale. Just happened to be the person who I was talking to is the one who gets the sale.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sitting there and it is, by the way, I walked in right before closing. So there's no reason for another customer to be coming in after me when I've already been at the desk for 20 minutes. So someone walks in with what looks like an empty envelope, dressed the same as all the other salespeople. And the woman who's trying to sell me the car just like, oh, hey, Dave, good to see you. What are you doing here? And he goes, just paying for the Prius. That's what I was buying as well. It was just paying for the Prius. And she goes, well, how do you like it? He goes, well, what I feel doesn't matter. My friends are all jealous. And isn't that the point?
Oh,
I just look at her. And I'm
friends
just like,
are all jealous of his Prius.
It's a setup. They're fucking selling a boy.
Yeah. And I just say to her and I go, I'm already buying the car. What are you trying to do? She's like, whatever are you talking about? I was like, that guy he's going to another day. You know what? Fine, forget about it. So then when I was with the finance guy afterward, I asked him, I just go, hey, how do the commissions work with the sales here? Like, do you get any of it? And he goes, if I help sell the car, yeah. I go, so if you help sell this car, you get like half the commission? And he goes, yeah. And I go, put down that you're the reason I bought the car.
Smart.
I was just like, fuck that asshole. Like I was already buying it. That stupid community theater bullshit she tried to pull on me. I'm not that stupid. So it cost her whatever, $1,000 or whatever the hell the commission was.
Whew, good.
And the finance guy was very pleased with how that went down.
It wasn't $1,000, but it cost her money. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
I like pettiness as well. So that's.
I love that they had a ringer come in. I love the Prius. I can't wait to get going. 0 to 60 in a minute and a half. Count me in.
Yeah. This car goes 0 to 60 in theory.
They were selling.
I'm sure he was just like a couple decimals down.
They were trying to sell me some additional warranty, and my philosophy on these is that if it was a good deal for me, then you wouldn't sell it to me, right? That's the thought. Obviously, they've worked out that if I pay an extra $1,000 a year on this thing, I probably get less than $1,000 a year in repairs, and that's why they're selling it to me. That's what's in my head. So he's laying it out, and I listened to him politely, but obviously, I'm waiting for it to end. And no, so he goes to a cheaper option, and we go through a couple of them, and I'm like, dude, I lay it out there. This isn't happening. And he's like, well, if you're not going anywhere, at least get there fast. And he skipped to the end, and we signed the papers. I loved it.
Yeah, it is a good deal a lot of the times, because what they've actually factored in is over the course of all of our customers, how many will actually have X, Y, and Z issue that costs 1, 2, and 3, multiplied by how many customers will actually remember they have a warranty and use it, minus what you're paying times X amount of customers. We sold this thing called Permaplate, which didn't even exist, which was supposed to be like a fabric, coating that repelled stains and liquids. And
it was supposed to be a fabric coating.
Yeah, we had these swatches of fabric that had been treated with a thing called Permaplate, and you could pour fucking Coca-Cola on these cloth seats, and it would just roll off like water, like it was glass. Pretty cool, I guess. If you got kids, especially, and you've got cloth seats. But we and also in the paint, it was supposed to prevent sun damage, UV damage, and fading, and all that bullshit. But the thing is, we didn't actually put it on the cars, ever, because I remember it was $700. It was $700 to have Permaplate applied to your car, and I remember asking a manager once. I was like, "So, do all the cars already have it on them, and then we just try to sell it?" Or do they apply it if we sell it? Because it's an addition thing that I would sell as a salesman, during the car sale. It wasn't the finance shit that happens with the warranties. It was before that. And he's like, yeah, something like that. And I was like, what? Well, it's either one or the other. Either it's on them all already, or it's on none of them already, and they're gonna put it on. He's like,
there is a third option.
It's really about peace of mind.
Put it on nothing.
They're like, what do you mean it's about peace of mind? He's like, well, you get a warranty when you buy the Permaplate, and if you get a stain, then we fix the seat. I was like, okay, all right, but
there's a good little bit of advice. If a salesman says that it's for your peace of mind, you don't need it.
What it was guaranteed. Look, the thing was, I could sell Permaplate for $100 or $110. I would just make numbers up sometimes. I've sold it for $1,000 before. Just making the numbers up as I went along. Just sell it for whatever, and they'd be like, "Sure, whatever. Fuck it. Oh, $100 Permaplate? Yeah, just write it up. Let's go." Because it's just extra, and what you were actually buying was a warranty. There was no coating on your car. Your seats are regular fucking seats, but you just bought a warranty that says if your seats ever fucking get stained, they'll replace them bitches. It was a huge value when you got to the bottom of it, because no one, and I mean no one, ever came back in and said, I've got a stain on my seat. They never did it once. I've never heard of it. No one ever saw it happen. It never occurred. No, everybody forgets.
Oh, you mean it was a huge value for you as a salesperson?
No. For you as a customer. If I were selling that car to my best friend in the world, I'd be like, let's get the Permaplate on there, get it on the contract. We'll let's just do it, make it $100 or $200 if we can. But if you've got to pay $700 for this, let's do it. Because if you ever fucking get a stain on your seat, they're not just going to massage the stain out. They have to replace that motherfucker. They have to replace they have to refabric your whole seat.
What I'm getting out of this is you would have upcharged your hypothetical best friend.
I'd have sold my best friend
$200.
I'd have sold my best friend one of the most fantastic warranties in existence on the planet that allows them at any time for like
Man,
5
you really
years.
put into the bullshit, didn't you?
No, it was real. It doesn't.
Not only would
There's
you
no
have sold
bullshit.
it, you would have
Not
sold
only-
it to your best friend and had an extra empty seat right next to you.
As sure as there are 2 chairs behind my desk, for some reason, this is a good deal.
No, even better. You see this chair right here?
Chair. This is what, this
You see this chair right here? It's been coated with permaplate. I just pour a whole Coca-Cola on it. You notice how that's soaking in and really staying in the fabric? Well, it doesn't make a fuck because the warranty still covers it. Am I right?
20
Tell
minutes
him, Rich.
later, Rich's ass is covered in soda.
Isn't that right, Rich? He's over there with his pants off in the seat.
There's some poor guy who's just like, man, I don't
get the mustard out.
I don't make nearly enough of this spark to clear the mustard out. The salesman Kyle, he says to them, it will get mustard right out. What he does, he spray the mustard. I begin to suck it up, but it never get out. Thankfully, he put them away before they noticed.
I feel that way about
I want to go
all
home.
warranties. I feel every warranty. I feel like they have some actuary who's figured out that they're selling me $1,000 thing because they know it'll have less than that in repairs.
It's about how
There's actually
you're 1,000,000% right, buddy.
And the thing that like
There's
Kyle
actually-
is saying,
there's
hey,
actually
I'm sorry, Kyle's saying, hey, if you take advantage of the warranty, it's actually become a better deal. The trouble is, I feel like I don't. I bought warranties on a handfuls of furniture, and like even though I think not long ago our couch dog Pete or something like that. So I call them up. I'm like, hey, we got the full warranty, and they're like, oh, this isn't really the number. You need to call this other person. You need to work with the salesman who sold it to you. Who doesn't work here anymore. And there's this runaround that we eventually found was like more of a pain in the ass than like steam cleaning the couch. The camels were curiously kind and gentle, and the way that they take food from your hand, they just use their lips like fingers and pick
Yeah,
it
they
up.
got like prehensile lips, just suck it on in. I wouldn't want to feed a camel because I feel like they'd be nasty.
No,
Not
they're
like
cool.
gross, but I feel like they'd be mean, you know?
No, they're not. I've fed camels before. There's a camel named Sushi in Texas at the ranch that I was staying at, and it would eat carrots. You do that thing where you put your palm flat, so you don't give it any fingers to get at, and it just sort of, it's got lips that are very like dexterous, so it just sort of like grabs it with its lips, and like I would feed them carrots, like diced up baby carrots, and love that shit. I'd go over to the fence and I'd go like, Sushi, and he'd come like thundering.
Sushi.
He'd come thundering to the fence, and you'd be like, "Is he gonna be able to stop it, time?" And he'd stop just before the fence, be like, "Oh," and
just
like
this
a big
enormous
goofy dog.
animal.
Yeah, so big. They're so much bigger than you think they are. Like they make so much bigger than a horse. Like not even
Really?
close. Yeah, enormous. Like you're, I don't know, 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall. Like huge.
Well, we watched that clip a while back of somebody upsetting a camel, and it just like grabbed him by the meat in the collarbone area, and then just flipped him back.
I cannot jump the distance. You have to toss me. I like to believe that's what was happening there.
Do not tell the elf. Yeah.
Not a word to the elf.
Yeah, I guess I would feed a camel then. I thought they'd be, or no, do camels spit? They spit, right?
I haven't seen it, but I've read about it.
This camel did not spit on
No,
me
like
or anything.
llamas,
I never saw it spit. I've heard llamas spit. It's more like blowing their nose at you than anything.
That's worse.
Even worse.
Yeah, sort of. And they had kangaroos there. The kangaroos fucking cool because they've got these little hands. So you give them a carrot, and he just goes, "Thank you," and you're like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "What? Yeah, not gonna do that?"
You want to see what else I can do? Get closer. I've got well-defined pecs. You know how rare that is in the animal kingdom to have an upper chest girdle.
They're outrageously powerful. Yeah, his kangaroo was nutty. You could kill anything that was there if you paid. Like if you wanted to kill the camel, I want to say it was like $8,000.
Oh, to kill poor sushi?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's hilarious that
sushi's
every
okay.
animal on there is a price.
Like everything's on the menu. Like it's almost like, you know, like what
Now,
about
who would
that-
you say is your friendliest animal?
Yeah.
Well, that's Wally the pig over there, the one playing with the little kids.
Yeah. His nickname, we just call him Trustin.
Good old Trustin Wally.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's getting belly rubs.
How much for that one right there? That one's $9 million. You can't just kill my kids for cheap.
Yes.
Who's your
That's
least
my cousin
favorite
Leroy.
kid?
He ain't worth a shit.
I'll give you $15.
Now, I've some guy trying to like suavely come into that ranch and be like, now I've heard talk, you know, in Hollywood of people hosting hunts for the most dangerous game. You mean lions? No, I think you know what I mean.
That's perfect.
Do you have people perhaps seized at the border that are running
I told you
around?
about the night we went Mexican hunting, right?
I'm sure you have.
I think so. Did you ride an ATV to an abandoned
Did you
house?
get any?
And get scared by a mannequin?
Yes.
Oh, the mannequin one.
It was not funny. It was not funny. It was dangerous for everyone but me.
Kyle, I think it was funny.
I disagree. It's really funny.
Yeah.
He took me out to an abandoned house. First of all, this guy's property is 20,000 acres. I can't wrap my head around that. And I grew up around massive acreage farms that I knew that, like, oh yeah, this is 600 acres. It takes us 10 minutes to drive around it. My dad, a couple hundred acres. All right. We could walk around this whole place in a few hours. 20,000 is just, you can't fathom it. You would need to see it from an airplane. So they drive me out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, late at night. And I'm armed, very armed. I have I have a Tarkov setup. I've got a fully automatic M4 with a 30 rounder. I got extra 30 rounders on my tactical rig. All right. I've got
This
red
is a
dot
Tarkov
laser.
setup. Please tell me you had swordens and a helmet.
No helmet. Later on, we had helmets. We did. They had fucking night vision goggles on them, but no helmet at this point. And they're like, yeah, we're not far from the border. Sometimes illegals will come up through here, come onto the ranch, and they'll stay in this abandoned place up here. We've caught them before. I was like, what do you do? He's like, we call Border Patrol. They come and get them. He's like, let's clear the house. And I'm like, let me go first. Let me be the tip of the spear. And so I'm fucking clearing this house with a goddamn machine gun like I'm a SWAT team, flashlight, and just this corner, that corner. I'm checking.
Were you
corners.
feeling really cool?
I was feeling scared because they told me they might be in there, and I've taken a bunch of special forces training classes out in like various places, like how to clear rooms. That you check this corner and then that corner, and like usually there's a target that you go pop 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 pop, and so I finally get to the back room. And I look up and there's a big fucking dude there staring at me. Must be 6'3", 6'4", and he's got his arm cocked back. And I fucking pull that thing up to his chest, and I realize it's John Elway. Football. And he's like this, you know? And I'm just like, what if I burnt John Elway down and those bullets go through this fucking wall and take somebody out? I don't even know which direction I'm facing right now. This was not funny, John.
No, that's pretty funny. Did you make any audible noises? Did you go like, oh?
Like, I don't think I did. I think I just went.
But your heart's pitter pattering.
Oh yeah, my heart was pounding. Yeah. My heart was going as soon as I walked in because this is like. It's just what we train for. Like how many fucking silly classes and special forces operators have I like hung out with, and like how many shoot rooms have I been through? And they're like, all right, might be some Comancheros in there. There might be some fucking drug runners hiding in my cabin. And I'm like, what do I do? You fucking burn them down. I'm just, all right, let's fucking go.
All right, let's go burn down John Elway.
It's fucking John Elway.
What do I now? Hypothetical. What do I do if I call across a Hall of Fame quarterback? Now that might fuck, he saw right through us. Yeah,
I didn't think that was funny.
I assume they were smart enough to stand behind, where you'd be not on the wrong side of John Elway.
I don't know. There were so many people around. There were a dozen of us. There was like the guy who runs the place, and me, and Richard Ryan, and Eric from Iraq Veteran 8888, and his friend Chad, who cameramans for him, and like 2 or 3 ranch hands, and like some of us were inside, but most of us were outside.
You know what Eric did in Iraq? What his role was there?
I believe he's an infantryman. I know he oversaw the capture and interrogation of some high value targets.
Oh, cool.
Or something
so like
to that regard. That was handed over to Iraqis.
The torturing.
Yeah.
I bet they're pretty good at it.
From what I hear. So I got that thing taken off my eye last week. And what do you ask me? Like it wasn't cancer or anything, was it? And I was like, no. The doctor assured me that because there were eyelashes growing through it, that's a sign it's not cancer. Well, they call me Friday, and they go, so it's cancer. They call me Friday, and she's like, she's like, the doctor would like to talk to you about your test results, and I'm like, okay, well, tell me. And she's like, well, he wants you to come in. And I'm like, that's not a good sign. Well, I can't come in. And my dad just had come in that day. So like he literally has walked in the door like as I'm on the phone, and I'm like, I can't come in today. And it's Memorial Day weekend. So like it's gonna be Tuesday, which is Tuesday, a couple days ago, before I can get in there and actually see this guy. I'm like, it'll be Tuesday before I can get in there to see him. Just tell me. And she's like, hang on, I'm going to get him. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. And the doctor comes on. He's like, so I was wrong. The test results came back. It's cancer. You have cancer. And I'm like, well, that sucks. He's like, yeah, we're going to have to. He's like Lumberg on Office Space. Yeah, we're gonna need to go back into your eye on Saturday and remove a little more skin on Sunday and get clean margins for Monday so that you don't die. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that'd be great.
Can you go?
So. No, go ahead. What's the question?
I didn't understand the timeline. They're going in on Saturday to get.
No, that's an Office Space reference because.
I'm sorry.
To come in on Saturday and Sunday.
Sharp as a marble. Sharp as a marble. Right.
Yeah, it'd be different if you hadn't seen that movie many times and referenced it. In any case, got a little bit of the cancer. They don't think it's spread anywhere else, but we're gonna do some scans or blood tests or what have you and find out for sure.
Yeah, whatever test.
And my doctor is a plastic surgeon. That's his like primary thing he does. And so he's going to take like a very small wedge from like the bottom of my top eyelid and then bring it all together. And he assured me there'd be like no scarring or anything. He's like, I deal with people who have car accidents and it literally like rips their whole eyelid apart. And I piece those things back together like puzzle pieces with very minimal scarring. So I'm good with that.
You're gonna look great. And if you have a little bit of an eye scar, you're gonna look hardcore.
Oh, if they do that, I'm gonna ask him for a Khal Drogo. I'm gonna just get it to run all the way through.
Or an Omar.
Exactly. I don't want an Omar. No, the Omar is
man up. Omar. Would you get an Omar?
If the Khal Drogo is intense, the Omar is even more intense.
the Omar is not the kind of look I'm going for.
Okay, first of all, real side thing. I want you to introduce yourself to every guest we have from here on out as a cancer survivor.
I'm putting that one right here. I can make cancer jokes forever now. I don't give a fuck.
I'm really jealous of your ability.
I got my C card
valor now, and you don't even have to steal it. You don't even have to steal cancer valor. Just don't answer what kind of cancer you have. They're like, "Oh my god, what kind?" You go, "I don't want to talk about it." John McAfee style.
What kind of torture was it? It was fluffy fingers. It's when they get you and just tickle you and won't stop. And that works.
Well, they killed my dog. I'll tell you that much. All right, thanks, Kyle. Yeah,
they cut off all my hair.
Comments.
So
we were talking about wire stuff. This character
wait,
Ziggy.
we can't leave the cancer thing that quick. We're talking about Kyle's cancer.
Right. Enough cancer talk. Let me talk about this HBO show from 2005. You're not going to believe it. All right? Who cares about your T cells? Omar Little. That's what it's about.
And it's 2002. I'm sorry. Keep updating us. What do we got?
I'll go back into this. I haven't called them yet. I should have to arrange the next surgery. I'll probably call tomorrow or whatever. I've had a lot of stuff going on. But I'm going to call and schedule the next surgery and go get. This time I'll get fentanyl, Woody's favorite drug. So I'll be really out of it, so I won't have to feel them cutting my eyelid apart.
If they ask you how you feel, there are two answers: anxious or nervous. Either one of those. Yeah.
I'm already in pain.
Yeah, that's the point of the fentanyl. Like, I'm anxious. I'm scared. Shit like that.
Yeah, I talked. That's the main thing I asked him on the phone. I asked about scarring and I asked about anesthesia, and he's like, no scarring, lots of anesthesia.
Those are the answers you want.
Yes. Those are the answers you want. So yeah, they'll cut a wedge. They'll make sure they got clean margins. Sew me up. And I ordered a really fucking cool eye patch off of Etsy that's handmade. Yeah. So I'll be rolling that thing. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's one of those movie, video game, like iconic eye patches that I'm going to. I think it'll look pretty nice.
Cool.
Iconic eye patches.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
No, it's not like Google. Yes, it's what. No, I googled custom-made eye patches, and it led me to an Etsy link where some fucker makes these like leather fancy eye patches from a certain property. So I ordered it.
That cannot be a very large marketplace to serve.
There was only one for sale. I got the last one. So either they're very hot or that's the only one he ever made. Either way, limited edition.
I'm telling you, hun, as soon as the first one orders and gets the word out there, we're going to be selling them like hotcakes.
Might be right. You guys might see my cool eye patch and be like, God damn, that's a good look, Kyle.
I found two cool eye patches. I think I know which one is yours. I won't spoil it.
Link it in here, and I'll confirm or deny.
Should we solidarity purchase eye patches?
Oh, that'd be cool, boys. Get the Mad Eye Moody one from Harry Potter. That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Where it's got like, oh, well, you really should get into that's the exact one I bought. I bought that one. You'll notice there are no more of those for sale. That is the one I bought.
And it was Woody's first guess.
Yep. Nailed it.
$30. Look like Solid Snake.
It says ships in 1 to 2 business days. So they might have restocked.
Oh, it's on the way. Oh, I ordered it as soon as I got the diagnosis.
Oh, well, it's a really serious diagnosis. Doc, am I going to get lots of drugs? And what are your recommendations on eye patches? Well, we'll provide one to you at the hospital. No, I was talking about serious eye patches. Even after the procedures.
I'm looking to style and profile. All right, do you understand?
During the PK trip, we have to have like an intervention with Kyle, being like, Kyle, you got to take off the patch, man. It's been fine for 9 months. And he's like, this is who I am now.
I'm a patch man.
I know, but and the patch was fine, but you're carrying a scimitar in the peg leg.
The parrot is shitting everywhere, Kyle.
The parrot, and no matter what you say, you're not teaching it to say anything. It's saying racist epithets. It's hearing in the rat songs you play in your car. It's made our trips outside very uncomfortable here in Atlanta.
The Jews control the world. Shut up.
I think it'd be saying a different word if it was listening to hip hop.
I found a pretty cool eye patch, but $96.
$96.
Yeah, you want to see that?
Does it restore sight? What the fuck is that thing? The dragon eye. That's the gayest thing I've ever seen.
Well, now that I look at it through that lens, I see.
You're gonna look when your good eye's looking over here, and you got one straightforward dragon eye. You're not gonna look intimidating. You're gonna look ridiculous.
Oh, the dragon eye's this one.
Oh, what the hell is this one? Modern steampunk eye patch that doesn't even seem to cover the eye.
That's awful.
Well, I mean, now that you say it, I see it.
I can see this bitch's eye through the through the screen.
It's the fact that the dude isn't, he's low T. If the model was a little higher T, maybe it'd pull off better.
That's a handsome man, Woody. I don't know what you're talking about. He's got the little chin cleft.
A handsome man, but he still has the peach fuzz on the side of his chin, his jawbone there.
Why is this shirt made of lug nuts and screws and nails?
Washers and shit, yeah.
You know what? I'm not buying from this person. I'll find another seller.
Some credits. So I got my DNA test back.
Yes.
I've got
ask you about this.
I've got a few screenshots here. So here's the one that's sort of the broad strokes. If you want to show people, let me make sure I'm not oversharing.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised when it said you're 5% gay.
Yeah, shocker. That's what happens when you ejaculate in that cup.
That'd be a hilarious, inexpensive bit. It's just send him a cup of cum.
Yeah. So,
man, you're white as fuck.
I'm just making sure you're not oversharing. Last name's fine to share.
Yeah,
I know it's out there, but
white as fuck. Yeah, they're court records. 99.7% European. All right, British and Irish. 90 is 63%. It seems like most of my ancestors hail from
mostly Irish,
London and Dublin, Ireland. Yeah. 16% French and German. A little bit of Scandinavian. Some
the classic self-hating Irishman. Yeah.
Yes, just a speck. No, there's a speck of Spanish and Portuguese. Just a little, just a taste.
Did you say speck on purpose for that one?
I did.
It took me a second to catch on.
Here's the most interesting thing out of the whole thing. So I also did. I could show you like the screenshots of like all the traits, but it's literally like nothing bad and everything good. It's kind of boring.
Where's the Neanderthal part? That
right here. Yeah, that spoiler alert. I have 315 Neanderthal
that
variants.
silhouette picture.
This is more than 95% of 23andMe customers. I have more Neanderthal variants than 95% of the people who have ever been tested.
And you're still only in second place on this podcast.
Words hurt, Taylor.
Yeah.
Like I had a relative who was like 60% more, obviously because they're a relative and they had the same descendants. But both of my parents have Neanderthal traits. So I get like a double dose where like she was like 60% or something. Or like she was like 200 traits, and that made up like more than 70% of the people who had been tested. I'm at 315. The highest ever tested is 340.
I look forward to where the memes are going on this.
Good for you, man. Dude, being high Neanderthal, that's good. They were smarter than us. You know, they were. Yeah. See, like the whole reason there's the meme of like, oh, these idiots, is because the first skeleton we discovered of Neanderthals was an old person with like crippling arthritis and back problems. And so that kind of took over the cultural zeitgeist of like, oh, they were all hunchbacked and dumb. And when in reality, like I think they had quite a bit, like significantly larger.
Why did they lose?
There were more of us.
Yeah, we outbred them. Like we
Kyle,
bred with them and then fucked them.
I don't think you should be saying more of us. In your case, it's more of them.
Yeah,
they just outworked us. All right? They were humans were going hard in the paint, and you know, we'd have one, maybe two children. You'd have 8 or 10. It was crazy. You'd take our women, mape them.
Well, you're not going to get a lot of kids if you are murdering them after.
Well, I never said humans were smart. They didn't understand how
vaping is murdering
worked.
first. So
yeah. Mate.
I wonder what they sounded like. Oh, Chiz got his DNA tested
Chiz
too.
also has his here. He's got a whole album of these. If you click the imager part,
Yeah, he's mostly Southern European.
Let me see if there's anything he included that I didn't.
And make sure it didn't include anything he wouldn't want shared.
2.2% Asian, Northwest Asian for Chiz. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I did the $100 upgrade, so it tells you like all of the diseases that you could possibly be likely to get. Everything from Alzheimer's to certain cancers, different kinds of blood diseases and brain diseases. And I would have included that, but it literally says no traits. Like for 2 pages, it's like nothing. So like, you know, there was one about like what kind of earwax I would have. You know, whether it's like
chalky wax or if it's like runny, sticky earwax.
I mean, you're white, so probably the waxy, sticky kind, right?
Sure. Things about baldness, back hair, earlobe attachment or detachment, the length of your middle finger or something in relation to your index finger, lots of stuff like that. That's just like boring shit. And I was just like straight across the board, like no bad things and all good things, frankly.
Why does it say here that you have a tiny dick?
Well, they made me measure it. They didn't ask for that measurement, but I did include a couple of Polaroids with my spit sample. I wanted to cover all my bases, so I sent a stool sample as well. They were disgusted.
So
to be thorough.
I'm behind the. I like triple check to make sure it was okay to share Chiz's results, but so I want to go over again. He's mostly Spanish and Portuguese and Italian. Broadly South European, a little bit of Northwestern European, British and Irish, like Kyle.
He's like the antithesis of Kyle as far as Europeans go. He's all Southern European. Kyle's all Northern European.
Mostly, yeah. He's pretty Neanderthal too. Is it Neanderthal?
Neanderthal.
I've always said it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Neanderthal, but they shouldn't have thrown that fucking H in there if they wanted people to say it right.
That's how it is. It's Neanderthal.
Yeah, that's Neanderthal. I almost always say Neanderthal too.
Okay. Ability to match musical pitch, 50-50. He can smell asparagus. Can't we all?
No.
Who can't smell asparagus?
Some people. Some people think cilantro tastes like soap because of a genetic thing they have.
Likely no cleft chin. Likely no hair loss. I think that's true. Likely wet earwax. That's something I didn't know about Chiz.
It tastes terrible.
I mean, earwax is associated. I think the same gene that's responsible for how wet your earwax is responsible for BO, which is why like Asian people have like drier earwax and they have way less BO, whereas white people have wet earwax and way more BO.
I didn't know that.
How that shit works.
Do black people next, Taylor?
I don't know. I'm not the earwax expert.
No such thing.
Yeah, black people don't have earwax. That's a racist trope. Yeah, that's really interesting. Well, I mean, you didn't get any like anything that lets you say fun words, so that kind of stinks.
Oh,
he can make fun of the Irish.
That's true.
You didn't scroll hard enough. 0.2% sub-Saharan African.
Ooh, my brother.
Dude, there is no way. That is an error. I'm looking right at you. What does that mean? That you had one black like grandma 30,000 years ago? Like,
Kyle, I like the "I got my pants on" joke as to why he couldn't see you were black and didn't want it to slip under the radar.
Just fine. My people are always being ignored.
My brothers.
Chiz is CT, most common for elite power athletes.
I got that as well.
He's,
of course, you did all that Northern European DNA.
Likely similar weight on diets high or low in saturated fat. Similar to what? I don't understand that.
I was looking at that
probably why my body does so well with losing weight, feeling good, and putting muscle on when I do keto. All right. Age-related macular degeneration. What's macular degeneration?
That's when your eyes go bad.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Slightly increased
I got
risk.
that one.
Yours isn't age-related. It's life-related.
Yeah,
I might have that one.
Shitty genetics.
What is this? BRCA1 and 2 genes. Increased cancer risk. He does not have that. Well, lucky for him.
Yeah.
That's the last
good.
one.
Good for you, Chiz. I was just thinking about his chances of getting cancer. This is way off my shoulders.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any health and traits that are even worth like showing of mine. Because like I said, it's just my health action plan. This thing's really cool.
Wait,
Black History Month.
Real detailed.
Your trace ancestry did not say that it was sub-Saharan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see if I can find.
Oh, maybe if you expand that arrow next to it, I can see.
I'm going to do that right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought it was undefined, but now I understand it's just unexpanded.
Oh, good for Chiz. Likely no bald spot.
Yeah, Angolan and Congolese.
That's
They're
what
just
that is in
making
that
it up.
trace ancestry.
Yeah, I'm going to screenshot it.
Where's Angolia? What's? I'm stupid.
It's
I'm
in-
sorry.
It's in Northern Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
0.2%. Let's go. That's enough to get you by.
Yep. Why do you not take my application for this scholarship to college?
Do I get
I am
reparations
here in
because of
Congolese.
this? Could I get some
You
reparations?
should, Kyle. It's your month right now.
It is my month. You crackers.
As far as hey, I could be 0.3% Congolese. You don't.
You're
even know.
85% Neanderthal. You need to take this fucking test. You're gonna blow me out of the water.
Can't wait to win the Neanderthal contest.
They're not even gonna mail you results. They're just gonna show up, fucking lab coats on, Mr.
Just
Mr.
bursting
Taylor.
into the room. My God, we've discovered the missing link. He's alive and he lives in Eastern Missouri.
They immediately dart you.
Look at the size of this cranium.
He's fucking measuring.
We thought bones this thick were stuff of myths and folklore.
You ever see that? Like I've talked about it before, but way back in the Bum Hunter.
Yeah.
When you would get when you get the Bum Fight DVD, you'd also have some clips from the Bum Hunter every now and then. He'd dress up just like Steve Irwin. He's like, "All right, got a big buck here. He's hiding out behind this refuge. Yeah. All right, everyone be very quiet. We got to take this big buck by surprise." And he just leaps onto a big homeless black man and starts duct taping him up. And the black guy's like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Calm down, big fella. Calm down." And like once he's properly restrained, aka kidnapped, he starts measuring the man's skull with a tape measure, and then he takes a Sharpie and writes like 47B or something on his forehead, and then he's like, "Jot that down, 47B, all right, 32 inches inseam, 45-inch waist, all right, document this, all right, we want to tag him now and then release him back into the wild." Fucked.
Piercing a homeless guy's ear with a tag.
they wrote on him with a Sharpie. That was how they like tagged him. It was
It's really
so
mean. I
fucking
hope
funny.
it's probably not. I like to think that after the cameras turned off, they apologize and give him something that made it like it. Look, I'm sorry, bro. It's for a thing. The sign right here. Accept my $100 as payment, and we'll put it on Bum Fight.
You know what? I can tell you with confidence that did not
Yeah, I'm wish casting.
The black guy's like, "It's the fourth time this month.
They
God
were
damn."
so terrible. That is so mean spirited and so fucking good. That is hilarious.
I was 18 at the time. I didn't think it was sad at all. I loved that shit. I was just like, "Are there more of these? Like I want to subscribe, donate, and become a part of this guy's fan base."
Yeah.
But now I realize like
I donated
that's
that
one of
guy's
those awful
Patreon.
things that I would pay extra so I could go on a bum hunt.
Yeah.
If you donate $500, you get to go on like a bum hunt safari. Welcome to Portland, home of the most virulent bums in the land.
Crikey, this one's got needles all over him. Yeah.
You see, he's put these needles all over him as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
That won't work on us, though. It's so fucked. It's Wild Kingdom.
Lure him out with some Bud Light. Yeah.
Opioids.
Yeah.
I definitely saw the last Avengers movie because that was before I went to
same.
prison. I remember like walking into that hot ass theater, stressed about going to prison in like 2 weeks or something like that, being like, "This is the last fun thing I'll probably do before."
No, this is my end game.
This is my
Dude, that sucks, man.
Yeah. Oh
must have
man,
been
that was the worst. That was so awful.
I have nightmares of that all the time. Not all the time, but like at least once a year. I'm like, I did something really bad and I'm going to jail. And then I'm like, what? It's in there somewhere. What have I done? What have I done?
Yeah.
I just remember like we stopped at a Zaxby's. And
What's
got
that?
It's a chicken restaurant, like chicken fingers and fries. We were like 3 miles from the prison, and we stopped there to like
eat because we had like an hour to kill. And I was just the most miserable meal.
Killing time before prison. That sucks.
I had no sleep the night before. And we had gotten Kitty wanted to go with me. So Kitty and a friend drove us. And I was just in the back of the car trying to get sleep, like laying down because I'd been up all night, like trying to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. And we stopped at that Zaxby's, and that was just the most miserable, like chicken finger lunch. And I was just like, this is the last thing I'll have.
Oh man,
dude, it stresses me out to like empathize and put myself in that situation.
And then they drive me up to the fucking prison. I'm like, give me some cigarettes. I'm smoking her cigarettes out there. I'm like burning them fucking down, like trying to get some stress relief. And I'm like, yeah, I go in right there, and I go up right there, and the guy's like, yeah, you don't come in here, you go in over there. And I'm like, already, we fucked up. We got to go somewhere else.
That's an extra month.
Yeah, and just finally getting in there and trying to like feel the guards out while I'm waiting on the metal detector, being like, what's it like here? I want to like really pitch in and do my part.
Shut the fuck up.
He just like punches me in the face immediately.
In your heart of hearts, you were walking into prison. Had any part of you thought out cool lines to say to what you anticipated the other prisoners would ask?
About like why I was there?
Like what you in for?
Like, what are you in for? Like a cool, like I'm a cool guy. I'm a chill guy. I'm a nice guy. Like that kind of approach.
I just think I'm better on my feet with stuff like that. So I didn't. I knew that there were certain things that I didn't want to say. It was the other way around. I had thought of things that I wanted to make sure I didn't say or ask.
So I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not him.
Yeah, I want to go in there like, yeah. Well, I mean, the guards recognized me, so that was a thing right away. But it was more a list of things that I didn't want to say or ask. Like I didn't want to go in there ask anybody about what are you in for? For all I know, it might be a touchy fucking subject
for raping someone who asked.
So like little things like that. But yeah, that night before was so goddamn stressful. So goddamn stressful. Oh my god. That whole week leading up to it. I mean, for a long time leading up to it was just like, man, these days barely matter.
Would you ever wake up and it didn't feel real?
In prison?
No, like pre-prison, like the coming punishment.
Oh, it felt real as shit. I guess maybe it's just the way that I like wrap my head around things. I've told that story before about like getting home from jail, that first night of jail, and taking a piss in my own bathroom, and like having the hot water running next to me, and being like, today is the first day of me getting through the shit I did yesterday. And there are going to be a lot of days between now and the end, but the end day involves me sitting on a couch and there's a bong on a coffee table at the end of this. And I don't know how long there is between me and that bong, but we gotta grind that shit the fuck out. And it ended up being like 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah. It was like a felon's tale.
It ended up being like about 4 fucking years. To get there.
Like a Hobbit's tale, but a felon's tale. It takes forever. Yeah. There and back again. A felon's tale by Kyle.
So I was happy with the sentence. Like I was happy with the 2 months. Like it could have been 6 months and it could have been 5 years of probation, and it was 2 months and 2 years of probation, which was all tolerable, but painful nonetheless. I felt it was. Look, I didn't think anything was just or fair about the whole thing.
It wasn't.
Although I was
because of your YouTube shit.
Yeah, more. Yeah. So in the end, like it was like I wasn't heavy-handed, and that also wasn't nothing. It just like I wasn't crying. I walked outside, and it was like a sunny day, and I was like shaking hands with my lawyer and smiling. And I got in my car and I called my dad, and I was like, "Good news." He didn't know my sentencing was that day. I didn't tell anybody. I like. Whenever something's like stressful or whatever, like I shield everybody else from that stuff. And like me talking about it ain't gonna make me feel any better. Yeah. Anybody who thinks that is just like, it's like, what do you want me to cry? What do you want me to fucking cry about it?
Yeah.
Why make everybody else fucking stressed around you? Like,
Yeah,
I do that too.
I had
I'm
a
totally
conversation. I had
You're
one
not.
conversation
You're
with
not.
my. I had one conversation with my parents around the holidays, or no, it would have been maybe like 4th of July or something like that. I hadn't been sentenced yet, but sentencing was coming up, regardless of the time frame. And I told them, I was like, this thing's coming up. I might have to do some time. I might have to go away for like 2 or 3 or 4 years. I was like, at the worst case, I don't think that's what's going to happen, but that's what I'm prepared for. And so I went in prepared for 3 or 4 years. And at the last minute, like things had shifted dramatically in my favor behind the scenes. And now the worst thing that could happen was 6 months. And that's the news I got on that day.
Fuck.
And I just had watched the judge give a Mexican guy who had been driving a truck of liquid methamphetamine cross the border into Atlanta. He was part of like a ring of guys, and they had basically put him away for the rest of his life. Like it was like decades. And so like it was, that did not feel good to see. That was scary shit. So anyway, I was not, when I was like, Dad, good news. I got 2 months. And it's going to be 2 months in like not a scary place, like maybe even in a halfway house. Like I was pumped about the verdict or the
Dude, you just fuck, man. My chest got tight listening. Fucking 4 years. Like
you want your chest to get tight? Listen to this one. There was a day. All right. I'm in bed with my girlfriend. It's like, I don't know it doesn't matter what day of the week is. It's like 9 a.m. The sun's coming up for the windows. We're kind of sitting up in bed talking about what kind of breakfast to order, like talking about what we're going to do that day. My phone rings. My heart just started beating. My phone rings, and it's the Athens County like federal court, and they're like, Mr. Myers, where are you? You are supposed to be in courtroom number 3. We have called you 4 times. And I'm like, what? And, like
just that sinking feeling in your stomach.
Today is like, I don't remember exactly what we're doing that day, but there are no not important days in federal court.
These are essential.
Like this is like step 2 of 3 or 4. None of these are not important steps. And so I think I call my lawyer, and he's like, yeah, they messed up. Don't worry. Get in here as fast as you can, though, because I don't. No, he said somebody messed up. Get in here as fast as you can. That's all I got. So like, I think I'm in a tremendous amount of trouble. So like, no shower, fucking suits going on. Can't find my belt. Fucking can't find the right tie. I'm just like I'm in a suit and out the door in 7 minutes. And we're driving, and I can't speed right on the way to my fuck. So I'm just like, I'm in the car, and I'm just like, do I have my ID? Like I don't need, like, do I have my money? Do I I'm 7 minutes ago I was fucking like groggy and thinking about what kind of coffee to have, where I wanted Americano or whatever the fuck. and now I'm like apparently heading to some sort of sentencing guideline nonsense or something. And when I got there, thank God, the prosecutor, God rest her soul, she said, I'm so sorry. My bad. My people should have done this. And I was so happy, because you know how cops can be sometimes when they're in the wrong, but you've got to take the brunt of it. Like I've literally seen cops rear end people and like get out, like, show me your hands. Like, like, are you out of your mind? But she was like, whatever the error was, it was on her end. She apologized. And I was like, don't apologize to me. Just let me know everything's okay. Like, I don't care. And just like, no, everything's fine. The judge knows. Everyone knows it's not your fault. And I was like, good. Just good. I was so fucking scared. I'm in this like ill-fitting suit because I just like grabbed shit. Like I'm telling like it's like this jacket, that shirt, that tie, pants. Do I need the pants? Jeans, my jammies could work. No, not your jammies. All right, fine. I was so fucking scared getting dressed. I was so fucking scared getting dressed because like
you're late, man. You already fucked up in your head, and you're like, I'm supposed to be there now, and I still have to drive there.
And you're worried it's going to be on some judge report where they're like, oh, this person clearly doesn't take their rehabilitation seriously whatsoever.
That's exactly. And there are people in the system who do that. And those are the cases you hear about. They get maximum sentencing guideline shit. It's like, yeah, he spit on the judge and told him to stick it up their ass.
they gave him this, that, and the other. Well, on the other end, there's guys who just like don't show up late and shit, and they don't show they're serious about this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I was so scared that I'm like, I'm going to prison now. I was afraid they might be like, all right, well, he's in contempt of court. Let's put out a bench warrant on him. You know, he's a fugitive now, maybe even because, you know, I've been released by the federal marshals. Like before the federal, there was a process one day where I go into a federal building and surrender. And I did the thing where I put my hands up as a joke to try to start off on a good foot, and nobody laughed. And then they just took my DNA, my fingerprints, and like my passport, which I still haven't gotten back.
Nobody laughed.
No, it wasn't a situation where it would have been awkward to laugh. They were like, it was me and two guys like in a little room, and they're like taking my DNA swab. I was like, I surrender. They're like,
better check my ass, officer. And like, that's the plan, sir. Bend over.
you know how like those Reddit things would be like, and then everyone clapped. Yeah. It was like, and no one clapped. Like it did not go over well. But yeah, I've like surrendered myself to the U.S. Marshal thing, and like they'll come after me if I go running. Yeah, that was a stressful fucking day. That was nonsense.
Yeah, it is
ridiculous, bro. I tell you, I have just bad dreams. It's either that or I'm back at corporate work, and I'm just like terrified.
Prison was very similar to corporate work. We had cubicles, very regimented.